Hey guys, welcome back everyone. I hope you had a wonderful weekend, great Easter, and welcome back. Please, as usual, be active on the chat, ask us anything, smash the like button. Luca will start the show with me, so
What's going on,
super
everybody? Hopefully
excited.
everyone having a great Monday. Hopefully everybody had a relaxing weekend. You know,
That's
my
right.
weekend was full of a lot of fish, a lot of meat, a lot of time spent with family. It was a lot of fun times,
Nice.
yeah.
You were fishing or you were eating?
Eating,
I see.
lots of food. Oh yeah.
Nice. Great to hear. So yes, guys, and we can start. I can show you my trade on Tesla today. I remind you that it's my third day trading real money on a live account. And today, actually, I have some losses. I am not shut down yet. I have $50 shut down, but we'll see. I will be very careful because I really want to turn back to flat or would be perfect to turn to positive territory. So guys, I went short on Tesla at 982 at the open, and out was like 979, so around $2 per share in the money, which I really liked. And then I literally went short at the low
Too
of the
high, you think?
day at 974, and Tesla ripped all the way to the upside,
Alright.
guys. The low of the day was 973.77. We went all the way above 1000, and more than that, we're still there. So I will be really careful with Tesla personally for myself. And second time when I went short at 974, my stop loss out was at 980, so negative day for me. But again, it's kind of like, it's not kind of, it's absolutely my fault, because why would I get short at that level? I pretty much saw that 974 is a good support level for Tesla. Right here you can see it's very clear that 974 area is very strong support level, but then like we broke it a little bit. I didn't give it to show like the real desire to go lower, and we just bounced back all the way to highs. I will be looking for more opportunities, but again, this is day trading, and you should be ready for situations like this, and I'm glad to share this with you guys. I super excited to see what you were trading today, and please throw the name you want me and Luca pull up. More than that, I can see that people talk about BBIG. BBIG is on our watch list today, and we can take a look at Vinca Ventures meanwhile. We are still up more than 7%, high of the day right now. BBIG is reaping. I don't remember if there were particular news. I believe earnings report. BBIG made a good earnings, but we will check it out all together right now. On our watch list again, guys. Please make sure you have our watch list in your bookmarks. It's absolutely free. We post it every morning at around 8 a.m. and we also have archive, so you can scroll all the way to March 2021 to find out what stock was doing. Tesla earnings, as you know, coming this week, so I will definitely use that archive to see how Tesla reported last time and how it was acting during that time. But as I remember, Tesla went to the moon during its previous earnings report. And here we have BBIG. Company reported better than expected Q4 and full year 2021 result. This is the catalyst for BBIG to run, and hopefully you guys did catch that move to the upside. Also, we can talk about Twitter a little bit later. Social media news are continuing to Elon post some fun stuff on his Twitter, and Twitter actually went higher. Twitter was acting pretty much like Tesla did today. We first dipped a little bit and then went all the way back to highs. Yes, Twitter is now at 46.78, and we definitely have more room to go to this 47 level, but the low of the day on this one is $44. So another beautiful V-shaped recovery on Twitter. Miss Kwi asked for a female co-host. Maybe guys, you see, show is developing. Maybe every day soon we will have different people in here. But anyways, I hope Pride will feel better soon. I really miss him, and hopefully soon we can have Pride back. Miss V, please talk about HNRG. Elizabeth says, absolutely. Let's talk. Dominic Famularo earlier sent that name for us. It's like this copper name or something like this. Let me double check. HNGRG. So basically stocks in that sector are moving higher overall. There are no particular news on this name, but they're just moving as a group. So HNGR. Hanger Inc. All right. It's 23 million float, so low free float name, and this is the wrong ticker, I believe. HNRG overview. Yes, it's another name. Sorry, guys. Actually, the name for that one, HNRG, Halidor Energy. That one is, and this is business of energy sourcing. Call name, and call names. What I was trying to say as the group is moving higher, and HNRG. Last time I was pulling that name up was up around 70%. Let's see where we're right now at this name. HNRG. Maybe I was looking at the other name, or maybe I put HNRG. Anyways, let's take a look at this name. So maybe we can HNRG to see any news on that one. But we're up 8%. We have 2 million volume, which is not that a lot, but still not that bad. And again, I don't see any news on this one. But definitely we are trading higher with this. Maybe we can find any other names I could talk about and more familiar with. AMD. AMD, I believe last week we were trading much lower on that name. I remember Sean had a wonderful short on AMD. Today we actually went higher. Looks like we found support at that 91.7 level on AMD. And now we are back to positive territory, up almost 1% on AMD. So if you guys caught that long, congratulations. And here's another level. It's 93.64. Let's see if we will break this to the downside or we'll go back to day highs, which is 94.79. Someone in chat says, Luca, where you at? Well, Luca is setting up his layout. He will be shortly with us.
I'm here. Yeah, just give me a sec here.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. So you know what? Actually, you guys can vote on my setup here. Let me know. I'm setting it up for you guys. Hopefully, it looks kind of clean here. Maybe kind of messy. And obviously, looking at the main names here. Bringing up Tesla. I don't know if you caught it last time, Miss V. I said this. I was like, I don't know if I could trade Tesla as good as you.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure.
And so you did.
I did. It was okay. It was an okay trade. We had the rally to 1024, I think. So it wasn't bad. But obviously now back down to 1,000. But look at that. Look at that move right off the open. We chopped around, and we had it. Liquidity today was, a little bit interesting. It was slow, right? Coming off a long weekend. Not 100% sure what's going to happen. Market popped, came back down, popped again. Sorry, Tesla came back down. And again, I was eyeing that 980 level, and I wasn't 100% sure. I said to myself, you know what? Like, we could go up, we could go down. It's anyone's game. And I wasn't really seeing anything on the tape. There wasn't a lot of liquidity. There wasn't any bids being smashed, offers being taken. So I am surprised. But again, we did have that beautiful move up. Move up, consolidate just above VWAP, move up again, and now probably just consolidate rest of the day and then pick a direction. But that 1,000 level was super clean, and I'm not sure if you had this. I just missed it. It was very quick, but that 1,000 was super clean.
Look, I'm not only missed that, I was in a short trade when it went to the upside. Yeah, so I can real quick show you So yeah, my stop loss kicked me out, and again, I was telling that I really like this 974 level. I clearly see support in that level.
Yeah.
I somehow decided to go short, as you can see here. Right at the bottom, I made my second short for the day, and didn't really work for me again. I'm super glad it happened though, because I'm still not shut down, and also I need to kind of learn from psychology side that there will be days I will be losing money. You cannot win every day, and we learn from that. And again, maybe better for me were not to get into this trade at all, right? If I was not sure I want to do this. So I think it's a great lesson for me, and most of it, as I say, from psychology aspect, that day trading includes in itself days when you're gonna lose money, unfortunately.
Oh, 100%. You know, we do take a lot of losses along the way, but it's all a part of the process. And it's actually funny that you had the bottom punch on Tesla there on the short. There's been so many times that that's happened to me, because I get excited. I'm like, okay, this is going down. The market looks weak. I think this is the level. Let's go down from here. And then you punch and it kind of decides, and then it just kind of rips your face off and goes up from there. So I do want to say good cover, because it can get bad very quickly. And yeah, you definitely don't want to be in. But you know, it's all good. On to the next trade, right? Always looking for the next trade.
Right. Thank you.
I'm not sure how many people were looking at Twitter this morning, but that 46 level was awesome. That 46 level kind of replicated the 48 level from, I think, I want to say Thursday or Wednesday, whenever it was. I was actually talking to Brandon about it, and he comes over to me this morning and he goes, you know, like, oh, that 46 level, it looks awesome. Like, what do you think? And I was like, I don't know, man. You know, like, volume's kind of light. Like, is it really going to replicate? There's not that many icebergs. And go figure, all the way down. And then obviously, you know, you have that V-shaped recovery, which is a thing. I guess it is a thing. So, you know, gotta keep an eye on that. Gotta look out for that. You know, it could be happening a lot. You know, if we are favoring the downside, if the market is going to go lower, you know, you're not always going to get those clean flushes down like we have on Twitter. It might be like a little pop in the morning and then kind of slow move down, and then maybe stops get kind of caught offside, so we rip higher. But I want to have a look here at Apple. I think Sean mentioned he was trading this morning, and something to note here actually for you guys. So we kind of came down right off the morning. I think that was the imbalance was a sell. I want to say it was a sell. And what we saw was this thing just flushed from 65 level down to 64. And the imbalance wasn't even that big. It wasn't even that big of a sell. So it kind of goes to show you the liquidity we're facing this morning. And then kind of bottomed out and then went up. Now, when we were at this level, just above 65 here, something to note is 65.01 was the low from Thursday, right? And, you know, market's kind of making a decision. We don't know where it's going to go. Is it going to go lower? Is it going to go higher? You know, it's at a pretty key level now. But, you know, there is a potential that this kind of robotic just moves down towards 420. Like I have SPY up here, make a move down to 420, right? And so Apple came up to just above 165 area. And as it got to 165.50, it just could not get higher. And what we saw in the tape, just to summarize for you guys, was it just slammed down. So the move higher and slam down. The move higher and then slam down. The move higher and then slam down. Then we had that nice flush. Now, I don't have the paper on me, but I do have a rule. My rule is don't short Apple. Now, this is a personal rule. It's a personal rule because, you know, I guess my bias is, you know, like who's really taking massive positions to the short side? How much selling is really going to come in that's not robotic on Apple, right? These are the questions I ask myself. And I would say probably not a lot. Now, not to say that there's not money to the short side. There definitely is. And I did take a short on Apple actually today. I think it was around this area over here. And essentially what you had, it was that 165 jump to 165.10, comes down, breaks VWAP, and then there was a lot of selling. And I was like, okay, this short is money. I was about to rip up the paper. I have it written down, you know, it's like on my monitor, and I'm like about to rip it down. I'm like, who needs this? Like, this is going lower. We're gonna test 164 again, and kind of bottomed and went to the half point, right, 164.5, and I covered a little bit, whatever, and but held the majority because I'm like, you know, this is going down. It looks good, whatever, and then I think I looked over at Brandon. And I was about to tell him how in the money I was. I was like, yo, Brandon, like, look at this. I look back. This thing is all the way up here. And I'm like, okay, I got to get out of this because who knows where this is going to stop. And so, you know, just as I'm about to rip down that paper, I say, you know what, let me add some tape here. Just keep it. Let me bold the words just a little bit. So, yeah, that's interesting. But, yeah, now we're kind of coming down here. So who knows where we're going, right? Like this, I think the trend is down, right? Obviously, in the overall market, the trend is down. But in these large cap names, you're not going to always have clean flushes to the downside, right? And a lot of the selling could come in end of day. So, you know, I think best case scenario, like if you want to build a monster short, you know, you look for that midday kind of high and then reversal. And I'm actually curious where Tesla is right now, because if this is around the 1,000 level, like we're up 1.75%, but, you know, liquidity is low. The market is kind of weak. So I might want to take a short here just if we can get up to that 108 area here.
On Tesla?
I'm not 100% sure here. I mean, I'm always nervous. I'm always nervous when I'm shorting Tesla, because this thing.
I know. I feel you're so good. I'm actually also looking, but I'm looking for it to break that 999 level, kind of, and show some strength to go lower. And QQQ is actually broke VIV up to the downside, guys. QQQ is up just 0.07% on the day. We were up almost 1%, I believe, on QQQ at some point, but Tesla still 1.59% up on the day. We're now trying to break that 1,000 to the downside. Let's see if it will work out and if QQQ will continue to go lower. Okay, let's see what actually chat says. And guys, please, we need your support so much, like as never before. So please make sure you like this video and bring up names we can take a look. I can see Sean is talking about Rivian. Rivian was downgraded along with Tesla earlier today, but both made pretty much the same. I'm not sure if Rivian went back to the upside, but we can definitely take a look at what Rivian doing right now. And no, actually Rivian did the opposite thing. It went all the way to the downside. We're down more than 5% on that name, and right now we're at this 38.35 level. Low of the day for Rivian is around $38. Let's see if we can touch that bottom again. And again, QQQ is moving lower, so definitely there is a room for it to go to day lows.
So I just started a small Tesla short here. Now, I'm not 100% convinced on this. I just do want to play ahead of that 1,000 level. What you tend to see is, you know, kind of key levels come into play, right? And everybody's thinking, okay, maybe this is support here. And so maybe we get a small little scalp down. Now, the one thing that you have to be cognizant of is, you know, could break the level and come right back. So I'm definitely going to have my bids out ahead of that and see what happens. You know, could be interesting. I'm not 100% convinced here. And again, this is, you know, not a huge monster position. If we get back down to VWAP, that's where it gets interesting. But again, you know, not really 100% sure where the market's going. It's obviously going to make a decision. But yeah, Q's, you know, a little bit weaker than the overall market. So we'll see what happens here. Oh, there we go. All right, got that break. Let's see if we can get the fill here. And again, this thing could come right back. And this is the classic. And this is what I talk about. This is what I talk about all the time, right? You know, takes the break, breaks 1,000, comes down, touches 998.88, okay? And now we're back above. So this is where you do have to worry. Although I'm kind of convinced that we're going to play a little bit more games here. So, you know, it's unfortunate that it just did miss my bid. I had it ahead of 998.5 there. So, you know, kind of just missed it there. But, yeah, we'll see what happens here. I want to hold on to this. I'm not 100% convinced that we will rip higher. And if we do, you know, can always just change my bias and get out of this here. Let's see. Let's go back to Apple here, see what's going on. So Apple's
absolutely, I understand what you talk about. Again, like, that's why when I trade Tesla, I want to make sure, like, it shows strength. Right, when it breaks key level, because as you said, it can just show you that crazy move and that spike back to where it was.
Oh yeah, and that's the move. You know, it's everybody gets attached. You know, take the 1,000 break to the downside. You know, it's going to be just as good to the upside, or at least I think that. I don't know. And you know, here we not as good, right? So when you see stuff like that, you got to be worried, right? Hopefully you had the short from before if you were short Tesla. But at this point, you know, I'm still going to hold on, see what happens. You know, it'll be interesting. We're in a low volume hour right now, right? So it's not really, I mean, I'm not really too worried. But again, I did say don't short Tesla, right? Do not get yourself caught offside
Yep.
shorting this name. And I think, who was it? I was having a conversation with Greg before, and he mentioned he's like, yeah, guys, like, don't short Tesla for more than 30 seconds. And I think, and yeah, I can hear Brandon over there laughing. It's so true. It's so true. Like, I feel bad for any funds that are short this name because I don't even know where this is going. I have no idea. Like, this could keep going higher, right? But obviously, sticking to that 30-second, maybe, hold for 5 minutes type thing, see what happens. But yeah, we'll see if this can get going to the downside. And I think, we could get down to this consolidation area if the market continues to go down. So, just hold on to that piece and see what happens. Do you have any trades on the go?
I actually also was looking for that short on Tesla if we break that 999 level to the downside. So we'll see if it will come. I have a order in there. So let's let's get shut down. And a few people talk.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully, thank you, Luca. And CVM, a few people talk about CVM. It's SCI Corporation, which is pharmaceuticals biotechnology company. Dominic from Laris sent a super chat with the CVM saying it is reaping. We're up more than 19% on the day. There are no news and 41.50 million free float on that name. We also have 16.40% short interest on CVM. We got all the way to 4.13 and dipped a little bit to 3.90 and looks like trying to go back to day highs.
I'm just having a look here at CVM. Interesting. I always love when these small cap, I'm assuming this is a small cap here. Yeah, we got 170 mil company. And sorry, you said the float was?
Oh yeah, 45.
45 million?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay, not too low. Yeah, I always love when these small caps rip up and then test an even dollar, Look at this. I'm just looking at it. Let me see if I can bring this down for you guys here. Beautiful. And let me just bring this over here. Look at that. So it comes up, tests the $4 level, lots of volume, and now we're back below. So yeah, this could continue, right? Like we definitely don't know where it's going. But yeah, interesting this kind of move up here too. Look at this. I love how, and here's another thing for you guys. Here's something that I noticed, just market mechanics. You get a move higher, right? And everybody's thinking like, okay, this thing might reverse, could go back, let's see where it goes, whatever. And kind of moves higher, consolidates, moves higher, then you get the melt up, right? You get that sort of like melt up reaction. And interesting how that happened at the $4 level, right? And that's where volume really started to pick up here. And so a lot of the times, people are like, okay, this thing's moving higher, it could go lower, but it's most likely, and again, this thing could just keep going, right? But it's most likely not going to give you that like move down that you're expecting until it has the melt up, right? So if you are looking to short this, personally, I wouldn't be looking to short this at this point. But, if you're looking to short this, you want to wait for that melt up. And I would argue that you're probably better off waiting for the melt up and then taking it short with a stop. Like, doesn't matter the stock, could be any stock, right? As opposed to right here, and you say to yourself, oh, 385, 4 is not going to break. 395 is not going to break. 4 is not going to break. 420 is not going to break. Speaking of 420, I think I saw a lot of people in the chat saying, take a look at wheat stocks going into 420. Now, I have a theory. And before I take a look at these here, I do have a theory. And my theory is there's potential. I hope this doesn't happen, by the way, for everybody's account's sake. But, there's potential for the SPY to close at 420.69 on 420. That's my theory. Again, I don't want this to happen. It's a long ways to go. 17 points on the SPY. That'd be huge. But if it happens, you heard it here first. Yes. But yeah, I think today's a deciding day that'll set the tone for the rest of the week for sure. And let's see here. Okay, so I did actually get out of my bid did hit on Tesla. Okay, perfect. And you know what? I might hate myself for covering this because if this does end up going back to VWAP, but we'll see what happens. Let's see what happens at the 995 area. You know what? Definitely should have canceled that one, but it's all good.
while you do this, Luca, we have a super chat from Chef Rafe. Thank you so much for super chat saying, can you please explain how you guys play your shorts and longs? I will definitely send you educational video right now on what short selling is, how do you do your shorts. But in terms of longs, like literally I can say for myself, you're looking for some key levels. And for example, with Tesla, that 974 level was actually key level for Tesla. And if Tesla doesn't break that, it could be great long, which will happen, right? So looking for levels, for news, for volume, doesn't matter you go long or short, and just where you can see stock will go in your opinion. And do you have any comment on how you play your shorts and longs, Luca?
I do, yeah. Let me just,
What are your charts?
I have no idea. Let me just, okay, perfect. So I could just give you a quick explanation here as I try to fix this. So, you know, first and foremost, you want to ask yourself, what's the context, right? You know, is it a large cap name that's, you know, is it a large cap name? Is it Microsoft? Is it Apple, right? If you're looking for a short, you got to be cautious. You know, you don't want to smash lows because these things tend to reverse off the lows unless we're getting a lot of volume that's coming in, right? If it's a small cap trade where you're looking to short that, you definitely want to know the float. And again, I will, there's a website, Float Checker. It's great. It kind of gives you, you know, an average estimate of where you think the float is. But, you know, if you have a stock with, like, let's say a 5 mil, 6 mil float, then you want to be very cautious, right? Because these things can rip up. So you want to, you know, you want to have your levels marked. And I would argue you're better off having areas. So having a general area as opposed to a specific level. A lot of people get caught up, including myself, they get caught up in, you know, a specific level. So call it, you know, like the $5 level. Like I'm going to short it at 490, and if it breaks 5, then I'm out. Well, most likely, most of the time, it's going to break 5, right? It's going to break 5. So you want to have your areas mapped, whether it be, let's say in this situation, you know, 5 to 550. So this thing, yeah, sure, it could break 5, could rip everybody's stops. This thing goes up 545, 527, and then comes back down. That's where a lot of volume is taking place. And this is where you want to gauge the tape. If you have that, and this is why I say prioritize tape reading, especially if you're scalping, because, you know, breaks the $5 level, runs up, does a lot of volume, you can gauge that on the tape, right? It's very current information. And you say to yourself, oh, okay, there's a lot of people slamming it down here using those stops as volume. You know, a lot of funds potentially manufacture liquidity that way to get out. And if you see that, you know, that's your short, right? Now, say you take the short, comes down, you know, you're 50 cents in the money. I would argue that if this thing then makes a new high or even kind of inches back up, which, you know, it shouldn't, and this is why I say all the time, you know, after you get enough experience, after you get enough reps in, you know, it should do what you think it should do. The market should do what you anticipate towards your plan. If it doesn't, then just get out, right? So in this example, if you take that short at like 5.15, whatever, arbitrary number, and it now comes down 50 cents, 60 cents, 70 cents, and let's say, okay, I'm going to cover a portion, but I'm going to let the rest ride for a potential move below 4. If this goes higher towards 5.50 again, that's where you have to be very cautious. And, you know, oh, the lights went out.
Come on, guys. Wow.
And yeah, you know, if you know, as I was saying, if this comes back up, then that's where you're going to have to worry, right? You have to worry a little bit because this thing could make new highs, and then, you know, it could go into a halt, and that's where, you know, it gets the scariest, especially if you have a lot of size. You potentially can't get out on the halt, and then who knows where it opens. I mean, hopefully it opens, you know, at the price that it closed at, but, you know, there's no guarantee, right? So kind of approaching it really depends, you know, if you're looking at small caps versus large caps. And if you're looking at longs, let's say you want to take the flip side, and you say to yourself, okay, you know what? And I can show you guys here just as an example. DVL, I think it was. Yeah, Metaville Holdings. And let me just, okay, here we go. So Metaville Holdings, as an example, this is, again, the 1-hour chart, right? So this is before the move. The move just happened over here. So take a company like this. Very high institutional ownership. I think it's sitting at like 80, 85%, right? Flow to the company is, I want to say maybe 30 mil, 20 mil, 40 mil, one of those. And but essentially high institutional ownership, right? And so when you get companies with high institutional ownership, you're going to get a lot of market makers that are backing the stock, right? They're going to defend the stock. And so, you know, Metaville Holdings, potentially positive news, moves up. Everybody thinks to themselves, you know, let me short this. Let me take this short let me look for a new low and then take it short. Well, guess what? Makes a new low, comes higher, rips everybody's face off. Makes a new low, rips everybody's face off, right? So you want to have these things in the back of your head, right? Like if you're shorting something with high institutional ownership, there perhaps might be a little more, games in the tape, and you have to factor that into your strategy, right? You can't just slam bottoms on things with high institutional ownership, right? And then at the same time, it's moving higher. You got to ask yourself, are they, unloading any shares? These are questions that you ask yourself. So just in this particular example, makes a new high, makes a new low. People think, oh, maybe backside is in for this. Well, guess what? Backside is not in. And I have no idea how high this is going to go. Now we're 240. I had the $3. And going back to like the short on small caps, just as an example, you can't say to yourself, I'm going to short 299 with a stop at 301. Sometimes I do that, and I get caught all the time because, I get excited about the 2-cent risk. I say to myself, here we go, 2-cent risk. I could take max size, like we're going lower, there's size there, it's not going to break. Well, guess what? It breaks every single time. I've had to go through that the hard way. It's, got a lot of reps in there. So, a lot of the experienced traders here, what they say is you want to use areas, right? Get comfortable using areas. And, you don't have to take all that size all at once. And then kind of as it moves into the area, you scale up, scale up, scale up. And hopefully it doesn't break the area. So on this particular one, again, high institutional ownership. So, it's probably a little more challenging to get the price that you want. But again, breaks that $3 level, moves higher to $3.34, and then comes back down. Breaks $3, and now we're back lower, right? And this is the 1 hour. I could even change this over to 5-minute quick. And then I'll pass it back to you, Miss V, so I could get these charts fixed for myself.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, so, it kind of comes up all that volume, and, I'm not going to say that they're using volume to exit. I'm not going to say that. But all that volume couldn't get above 350, right? So broke $3, lots of volume, breaks back below 3, and now is it just kind of dead? Is it just going to die off, right? And, obviously we're at like a support line here, and this is another thing, right? If you have the high of the previous day, and then it's like gapped above the high, comes up, comes back down, you're obviously going to find some support potentially at that high. Just people stepping in, defending the stock, right? Market makers defending the stock. But again, if you're looking to short this thing and you mapped your areas 3 to 350, comes above the level, right? You're not using 299. You're not using, let's say, 319. You say to yourself, this is the area. This 40-cent area is where I'm going to start building a position. I love the short, the higher that it goes, if you're doing a mean reversion strategy as an example. And as it comes back down, you're obviously recycling. Hopefully you're recycling. Hopefully you can recycle. I would argue that recycling is probably the best way to go about it, because you could take a lot of size, comes down, you're recycling, you're getting out. Take more size, come down, recycling, going out. And then you hold a little piece for the move down, right? And just make sure that you guys are looking at, percentages as opposed to cents, depending on how much size is on the book, depending on how much size you guys are trading. I would argue that like the better trades are the ones that are going to move, let's say 30, 40, 50%, right? So you don't want to short something and go for like, I don't know, like you don't want to go for 5 cents, because that's a tough game, right? That's a tough game. You got to really, really battle for the fills, and you got to use it's very challenging to get those fills. So you want to go for the bigger move, but that doesn't mean you don't get out, right? You take your position and you just slowly get out, cover on the way down. And I do argue that Sean, every time I look at a chart that Sean posts, is the master of this. Takes the trade and just cover the whole way down. I'm like, man, like, why can't I be like that? No, I'm waiting for like the bottom tick. Then it comes back, rips my face off. I was like, oh, damn, like, should have covered some along the way. But yeah, just so hopefully I elaborated there in terms of like going short, going long, like, what kind of strategies, how you can approach it. And obviously you kind of build on that.
Absolutely, Luca. And yeah, Sean, Neil, Arun are the best. Obviously, Sean and Neil have more than 30 years of mutual trading experience. So yeah, those are the trading stars. And meanwhile, guys, I want to show you what companies are going to report their earnings today after the close and tomorrow before the open. So my head is hiding Prologis. We have Halliburton in here. here. Johnson and Johnson might be interesting. Hasbro, I've heard Sean and Tony were discussing that one. What is their favorite toy? We have Fifth Third Bank, Lockheed Martin, F&B Investment Services, and this Citizens Financial Group. So a little bit from every sector. Meanwhile, guys, I am currently in a short trade on Tesla. I got in at 998 and my stop loss is 1000. If you go back to that 1000, I will be kicked out and shut down for the day. So hopefully, please hope over there with me that it will turn good for me. Again, I am looking at this 994 level. Might be the best option for me to get out if we touch that again, and then maybe re-enter the trade in case we go lower. But this level might be tricky and we can bounce back higher out of it. Counting QQQ though going lower, down 0.22% on the day. Anyways, let's hold with that short trade on Tesla and let's see, guys, what you say on the chat. LFG says Josh Massey. LFG, first of all, let's take a look if we have any names on that name. LFG news. So I'm using icon terminal in here. I don't see any news in that name. And also we can take a look at free float and in general what company does. So electric utilities company and 74 million free float, which is not that bad with 2% interest. It's not that bad. So let's bring
no, they're working. It's just all like closed at the same time. Yeah. It's I got it back up again. Thanks.
New York. That's why I can't pull up the chart. Okay. Let's see this name. Well, guys, we have only 100 volume on that name. We're basically looking for something starting with 1 million volume, down 1.16%. We can take a look at higher time frame on LFG. But again, we can see that today found some support at 222.43. Now trying to go back to VWAP. So let's see if it will happen for this name. Again, let's go back to... Oh, I see. LFG means something different, but there is LFG name too, guys. So
I think it might mean "let's go," and I won't say the middle.
It is
the middle word.
But yeah, it's also there is actually Archaea Energy Inc. So I'm thinking only about trading, guys. CVM, we were covering that name not that long time ago. What else, guys? You're talking about FNB was my mortgage servicer. Looks like Sammy, you didn't really enjoy that FNB. And anything else, guys?
I think somebody said have a look at oil futures. So I could pull that up here actually.
Sure.
So this is just oil futures, right? 1 hour. So, we're getting that kind of healthy move up here. And, I do like the oil trade for the long term just because, the whole kind of economic landscape that we're in here. So, obviously oil could continue to move higher. We had that initial move up from, the headlines out of the Ukraine that we had. And it did hold this area, the 94 area, right? So we had that huge move up, huge move down, but held the 94 area, and now we're kind of trending up, right? So, I mean, who knows? Like this could keep going. This could keep going, and I do like the trade for the long term, actually, as a long-term hold, which is unfortunate, because that just means that gas is going to be more expensive, everything's going to be more expensive, so it kind of sucks for consumers. But in terms of the oil trade, I do love that trade, and some of the names that I look at when I'm looking at these oil names is, obviously prioritize the names that do the most volume. And I know Oxy is one of them. Or Oxy is definitely not New York or NASDAQ. And Oxy is one of them. Oxy, you got Chevron, right? And so, yeah, just as I expected. So probably actually, I actually like this. Let me see if I can get a bid in here, start a position. Take a small position here. Let me just get that out. Yeah, I'm under the impression that oil is going to trend up. It's going to be, slow move higher, just grind higher. So, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if these names follow. Personally, I don't love trading the oil names. And I'm not a futures guy myself. I don't have, you know, much experience, much success in the world of futures. But one of the things I look at is I think a lot of people just say like the sector trade, right? The oil trade. But a lot of these small caps move, right? A lot of these oil small caps move, and everything moves in tandem, right? And once the move gets going, it could go. And I think earlier this year we had like that uranium trade on I want to say it's UEC. You know, and these names, when they start going, when these small caps start going, you know, that's where you want to hold on. If you're in near the bottom, you know, and you got a nice average, that's where you want to hold on. Once they get going, you know, obviously like the large cap, Chevron, Oxy, like these are huge companies, you know, so they're going to whip around a lot more. But, and I don't know any off the top of my head actually, which is embarrassing. I apologize for that. But let's see. Let's go back to Tesla here because I'm just curious where we are here. Are you still in that Tesla short?
I am. Are you?
I am not. I covered. And you know what? Oh, my God. I did not want to cover. I didn't want to cover there. But, you know, let me see if I could get back in. I think we'll test 1,000 again. I think we will. But you know what? It could be a robotic move down. I wouldn't be surprised because what we have in the morning, we got a lot of volume in the morning, right, on all these names. And, you know, if somebody's offing Tesla, if they're selling, you know, selling here thinking we're making a move back down, overall market could make a move down, then they're always going to use volume, right?
Yeah.
And so that happens in the morning. So I would argue that obviously VWAP, which is volume weighted average price, is important, right? It's important for a lot of traders. It's important for agency traders who are, you know, trading around VWAP, trying to trade below it, trade above it if they're selling, buying, whatever. But something else that's very important that not a lot of people talk about is TWAP, which is time weighted average price, right?
Wow,
and
I never heard.
A lot of people don't. And the first time I heard it, I was like, you mean VWAP? You mean VWAP, right? No, but TWAP. And essentially, you know, just to kind of summarize for everybody, it's time-weighted average price, which essentially means volume. It's based on volume, right? So in the morning, you have a lot of volume, which is pretty self-explanatory. And if traders need to exit larger positions, not to say that they're exiting on Tesla or anything, or it doesn't matter the name, but, you know, if traders are exiting positions, they're going to use that volume in the morning. And a lot of times, this applies to small caps, right? So let's say you have, as an example, Medaville Holdings, okay? This is a perfect example today. You have the move higher, right, with a lot of volume, and as soon as the volume dies, look at that. Now it's just dead. And ever since it died, just robotic move down, right? So again, you know, this had, and let me just bring up the, let me just bring up 15 for you guys just to show you here. But you had, sorry, let me actually bring up this one instead. DVL. Yeah, so going back here just to the 1 hour, right? You have the initial move up, right? So you have the move up, and everybody thinks, okay, waiting for backside. If you're looking at the shorts, makes the low, makes a new high. Makes the low, makes a new high, right? Then, coming back to the 1 minute on today, just for the example, you know, makes a move higher, right? Makes the move higher, a lot of volume being done, and as soon as that volume is gone, right, you have the death candle. Death candle and just slow grind lower. And for anybody who trades a lot of small caps, I mean, this is probably not a surprise to you guys. How many people talk about the death candle and afterwards it's just robotic trading and everything's dead, right? And so I would argue, you know, if you're a long-term holder, if you're in from the bottom and you're wondering, you know, when should I get out of something like this, you know, this doesn't look good. This doesn't look good. This tells me that they use the volume, right? And going back to TWAP, it's, you know, they're using the volume to exit their position, because as soon as that volume is gone, you have the death candle, the final sell, and now, you know, the algo's done with it, right? It's not trading it anymore. There's going to be no volume on this name. It's just going to be slow, probably just a slow death, move down. You know, I would be surprised if this thing makes another new high today or the next day. Most of the time after you have that kind of big flush, lots of volume dries up, you know, what's going to carry this higher, right? Are they going to have another catalyst? Is something coming out that like nobody knows about that's going to surprise the market? So, you know, that's one of the things, if you're structuring a short, right? And from a day trading perspective, you know, again, you're saying to yourself, okay, that $3 level, maybe I'm going to start a short in the 3 to 350 area. So it kind of moves up, you're scaling into your shorts, right? And then it drops, you cover. you scale back into your shorts, it drops, you cover, right? Goes up again, scale into your shorts, drops, right? And always holding a piece, always holding a small piece, whether it be 10%, 20%, 30% for the move down, right? Because this is the meat of the move. This is the move that you want. This is the scalp, recycling shares, you know, paying your bills, whatever. And then this is where, you know, this is bonus, right? This is obviously you're holding for the big move. This is the A+ move if you want that. But again, you know, recycling just to keep it easy on yourself. So you're locking in those wins, seeing the wins, building the confidence. And then, you know, after the death candle, you can either size up again, because this is, you know, confirmation, death candle, volume's done. Take an average here. Let's say you had a little bit short from over here. Boom, death candle. If you're quick enough and you get the short here, okay, that's great. Or maybe you had a stop order 295, or you just kind of add over here. And then, you know, now we're just kind of slow move to the downside, right? So again, you know, you can have, and I want to say what's 3 to 250? That's maybe 3 to 250. Let me just see my math here. That's like 16%, 16, maybe 15%. So, you know, you did have that 15% move, right? Which is a decent move. I mean, for me, it's not A+, but it's a decent move, right? It's not 5%, right? So, you know, that's a nice move. And again, you know, you're shorting, building that position, and then boom, have the death candle, and then you're just kind of holding, and then you're just scaling out. Now, if you want to even bring in, you know, a longer term trade to this, say to yourself, you know, I'm going to swing this and hold that last little piece for the potential move down to 150, whatever, if you think that's going to come. I would say just be cautious on that, because, you know, a lot of the times it looks like it's going to close at the low, and then bang, it opens at the high, or it makes a new high. So you got to be a little bit worried. You got to be a little bit worried of that. You know, that's why personally I don't like swinging these things short. But again, you can make a lot more money on that. The opportunity is definitely there. Just, you know, make sure that you are cautious, because, you know, once this thing closes, like, who knows where it opens, right? It's anybody's guess.
That's great stuff, Luca. And by the way, CVM was reaping to the upside. We were talking about that name earlier, but continues to move higher now, 40% to the upside. So guys, congratulations everyone who was long on that name or still holding maybe. We can see here, we just talked about volume. So in here we can see some volume candles came before, was not really, like, let's be honest, and that's what happened. Great move to the upside. Tesla actually still holding that short on Tesla, and it's going a little bit lower. Again, I'm a little bit aware of that 995 level. If buyers come there, and that will push Tesla higher. So again, I'm literally trying to figure out if we want to get out here, and then if we break this 992 to the downside, I would just re-enter my short trade. And anything else on the chat we could talk about in here? Good commentary, Luca.
No problem. And ask if you guys have questions, you know, ask along the way. If you guys are looking at tickers, you know, shout them out to us.
This will be very, very helpful. Tesla now broke 995 to the downside, Luca. Let's see if we're gonna touch that.
I'm hating myself. Let me show my screen one more time to show how bad I am here. Look at this. Oh my God. Now, you know, a great trader once said to me, and I'm sure a lot of other traders agree, you know, you don't have to capture the whole move. You can make a living off capturing 20% of the move. Now, you know, I believe that. I do. And, you know, traders who say this have a lot more experience than I do, and I'm sure you guys agree with it. But, you know, I do want to capture more than this. Is this 20% of the move? If the move gets back down to the lows, then I don't know, right? So this is you know, I should have canceled the bid. That was obviously my mistake. And, you know, now we're probably going to get more aggressive as we get to VWAP here. And, you know, I wouldn't be surprised. If we get back to low a day. So if you are you still in the short?
I am.
Oh, I would hold that. Just hold that. And, you know, if obviously, you know, you could scale out of that, but this is actually, you know, market, you know, pops in the morning and then just reversal and the grind lower. It's a grind. It's always a grind, right? Doesn't matter the names that you're looking at. It's always a grind. So it's always like people are thinking to themselves, you know what, like, obviously don't short the lows, but then it pops and you say, oh, okay, maybe we're going back up. I say that to myself all the time, like, oh, maybe we're going back up, but then we don't go back up. We're just going back down, just that grind lower. So, you know, this is something to learn from. Hopefully you guys could learn from this, you know. Capture 20% of the move, but, you know, if it's working for you, Make sure you cancel your bids faster than I did over here. Let's see. Sure. You want to take over from here, Ms. V?
Absolutely. I will just quickly put order to get out of that trade if you don't
Sure,
mind,
no problem.
Luca.
And we can actually just quickly look at Apple here too, because one of the things that I love is trading Apple. Again, as I mentioned to you guys before, just kind of broad market play. It's easier, right? You're looking at Tesla, you think Tesla's going lower, and that 1,000 level was something to play off. But in general, it's probably easier to structure that same idea on something like Apple. It's like no spread. You're not going to have as much of those games that I mentioned. That 1,000 breaks below, comes back. Makes you stress a little bit depending how much size you took, whatever. So yeah, this is actually interesting here. I think that 165 level, 165 just around VWAP is interesting if we get back there for a potential short. I'm not sure that we will though.
Sean shared his charts with us. We will take a little bit later at what is this, because I'm not sure what name he's talking about. But again, guys, I'm looking to get out of this Tesla trade at 993. Hopefully, again, it will give me a chance to do so, because I just want to cover my loss today. Even as Lucas said that there are all the chances we can basically go to day lows, and yes, it is possible, but I just don't want to risk. It was a negative day for me, and my plan is just to cover that loss. Hopefully it will work for me, and if I cover that loss, if I see any other signs for it to go to that loss, I just re-enter. Because again, currently it's a little bit hard for me. I have to trade a very small amount of shares, so I kind of can break my trade and get out gradually. Yes, and Tesla is expensive name, as you know, guys. So yeah, I have to trade not really much shares for now, but just my first third day trading live, and I have ambitions, and I'm pretty sure everything will be all right. Let's go back to okay, Luca sent some chart to me. Do you want me to pull that up, Luca?
Yes.
Sure, I will do so.
Sean, kind enough to send his beautiful charts here, and I can chat about it. I'll look, but essentially this is what I'm talking about, right? This is something I'm talking about. My charts rarely look like this. Okay, look how beautiful that is. You take the short, and you're just cover the whole way down like that. That's beautiful trading. For me, sometimes I said this before, I get caught up in the tape and I say to myself, no, I think I have my level here. I want to hold for the whole move. Yeah. And it makes it tough on yourself, right?
Crazy.
So going back to something I said on last week, you have to pay yourself along the way, right? Like, who's going to pay you if you're not paying yourself? So that's a great looking chart. Shout out to you, Sean, for that one. And looking at Metaville, just kind of grinding lower still. I don't want to attempt the short here. We're already so low, but I wouldn't be surprised if this thing just continues to make new lows. It is up on the day, and this is something that's attractive to people when they look at these small cap shorts, right? You have something that moves up, let's say 10, 20, 30%, even 100%, 200%, and then once it moves to the downside, there's no short sale restriction, right? You have names that are, let's say, open lower 15%. You got short sale restriction. It makes it a lot more challenging to get your positions, right? So that's something that's definitely attractive. Another name today that I would argue is one of the hot checks is this name Casa. This actually, I was looking at the 650 break, and I thought, again, another name with high institutional ownership. So it's going to be protected. They're going to defend the stock as it comes lower. But I don't know if you guys were watching the tape on this one, but this was challenging. I found it very challenging this morning to get the fills that I wanted on this, and I was battling, but I could not get them. So who knows where this thing goes? And I want to say the float here is 40 million, 20 million-ish, if I had to guess. But again, this name it could get interesting if we get above 7. But this seems to be one of those like slower moving. We're probably not going to blast off. So something to note, if you're looking in the small cap world, if you get a stock that blasts off into a halt, check the float, because most likely that float is like 5 mil, 6 mil, 3 mil, and that's why it blasts off like that. When you get floats that are around 20 to 40 million, a little bit more shares floating around, they're going to look more like this. Even though it blasts off, we're not blasting off into a halt, right? We got that volume spike, that move higher, but it doesn't blast off into a halt because there's plenty of shares to go around. Not all the time, but most of the time, plenty of shares to go around, so it's not going to blast off into the halt. So that's one of the reasons why I mentioned to you guys, you know, be careful. Look at the float on these names. If the float is like 5 mil, 3 mil, 2 mil, you need to be worried, right? Once it starts going, who knows where it stops? And, you know, again, if the float is soaked and locked and, you know, it's less than that, let's say that, I mean, there was a name, I want to say like maybe not even 6 months ago, the float was like 700,000. I've never seen that before. And I pulled up the tape and I'm just like, let me just, you know, tie my hands behind my back. I can't touch this name. And, you know, the tape was going nuts. And that was like 700,000. So that was honestly a good experience to get in. I'm glad that I was able to watch that. You know, it's eye-opening, like how fast price changes and like the tape just kind of teleports on you, you know. And I don't know if you guys feel this way, but if you're watching the tape and it teleports on you and you're wondering, oh, what's going on? Like, why is this happening? The broker, blah, blah, blah. I don't think it's the broker. I think it's just the way that the market moves, you know. And that's the problem you get with these very, very low floats. So you have to be cautious. There's huge opportunity, huge, but you have to be cautious. You have to understand what you're trading, right? If it's a bigger float, then, you know, you have more leeway. And this is kind of why, you know, just in my like strategy looking at small caps, when I say let it get to an area and then that's the inflection point, then you make decisions. When you have companies with like 50 mil, 60 mil, 70 mil floats and you're saying to yourself, okay, mean reversion, you know, you can let it breathe in that area. You don't have to be worried. Like this thing moves 20, 30 cents against you and you say to yourself, well, you know what, I'm going to let this thing breathe, right? If you have a 2 mil float, you know, let it breathe, potential rips your face off, moves into a halt, and that's no fun. That's no fun, I'll tell you that much. So yeah, hopefully that's helpful for you guys.
I love those comments on free float names, and I'm trying to trade them now regularly. My issue is that I'm scared to get into the long trade on them. My strategy is more I wait until they calm down and startly die back to the downside. We've got a super chat, Luca, from Grandpa Bernie. New to your channel. Wow, love your info. I think I can make money here. Thanks, you too. I've subscribed. Thank you so much, Grandpa Barney. So glad you find us. Thank you for subscribing to our channel. And again, guys, we are super close to become 300,000 subscribers YouTube community. Only 9,000 more subs. We can go to our channel right now and you can see that we're now at 291,000 subscribers. If you're watching us every day and not subscriber for any reason, maybe you're not logged into the YouTube or anything else, please do so. We would really appreciate that, and hopefully when we hit that 300,000 subscribers, we'll be able to celebrate with all the team, including Luca, Tony, Brandon, and all the other guys. And more than that, our viewer made a animation especially for Tony.
Oh, I can't wait to see it.
Yes, me too. So
oh my God,
it disappeared somewhere. Give me a second. I will wait it. Yes, it's this one. We will open. So this one is. Oh, come on. Okay, just 1 second.
Yeah, sure, no problem. We can go back to me just very quickly here. So I was looking at Facebook, and I'm thinking to myself, I think we channel and get a move lower. If we get a move higher, it'll be pretty obvious on when to get out. So I do want to start this position. Hopefully we can get back up to fill me here. And just to bring in Tesla, I did get another short here, which is the 998 level. I mean, I don't think this is going to go up to 1,005 right now. If it does, then I'll have to worry a little bit. But, you know, I'm going to add to this, right? I'm not too worried. I want to add to this. So, you know, starter position, not worried. See where this goes. I think we test VWAP again. Is it going to make it challenging for me? Probably, because it's Tesla. So, you know, I should have a timer here. You know, can't short this for too long. And we're getting that pop. And we'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens. Definitely going to break 1,000. If it does, I'll be surprised if we don't, right? But, you know, we do have some size here, which makes it more interesting. So I do like that. And Facebook just filled. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so got everything on the roll here. And let's just take a look at Apple again, too. Apple, that 165 level is actually very interesting. You know, I want to say that this is the area. You know, this is an inflection point. If you pull up the longer term chart, and I can for you guys just quickly. Let me see here. Yeah, so this is what I was looking at. So I don't know how many people remember me sharing my Apple trades from last time, but this move higher, this was like 13 days or something. Or yeah, maybe like 10, 13 days or whatever. So this is the hourly chart. So every candle is going to be 1 hour. And so essentially, we had that robotic move up, right? And that was just like, you know, buy the dip, buy the dip. Then you had this level right here, which is 166 kind of in a half to 163, right? We had that little consolidation. Then we blast through it, and then we didn't look back, right? So we have the move. We kind of consolidate just a little bit. We blast through it, and then that's it. Just up, 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 up. Now we have that longer term consolidation, right? Then 172 area, 170, you know, lots of selling here. And I mentioned this at 171 on the tape, there was a lot of people slamming it down, right? And I think this is a good learning experience for me. And, you know, I'll explain it to you guys. I'm always under the impression I get too in the zone and I'm trading the tape, I'm trading what's in front of me, and I forget that other people are making decisions for the longer term move, right? I'm here, I'm trading, I'm like, okay, 171, we're moving to 170, let me short it. But again, people could be selling there because they think this thing, you know, is maybe making a move down to 150, like long term kind of trend down before we head back up, right? So that's something to keep in mind. You know, are bigger players trading in these areas? And, you know, how is that going to look? How do they trade? Do they use a lot of dark pools? Are they slamming down bids if they're there? Are they using stops and then slamming it down? So these are questions you can ask yourself. And I'm not sure anybody has the answer to this, right? But this is something that you build on. You say to yourself, you know, I'm going to look for 1, 2, and 3. And if this happens, then that, right? And so anyways, you know, that 165 area I think is key. Closed above it on Thursday, opened below it today. And, you know, liquidity is a little bit low. So, again, it did whip around. But I wouldn't be surprised if we do break the low and at some point either this week or next test 160. I think I doubt we'll get back to 150. If we do, like, that's like a long-term buy for me. Like, that 150 level, 150 is awesome. Microsoft 270 is awesome. Like, you know, get your portfolios ready. I mean, for me, whatever. And did you by any chance get that animation up?
Yes, and more than that, CVM is a beast today, Luca. Look, I believe we were halted and now keep reaping to the upside, now up 80% on that CVM. And I will show you animation right now.
Oh, okay,
so
let's
you
see
remember,
this.
right? It's Tony Pepperoni.
Tony Pepperoni, let's see this.
And here we go. We open pizza. Ta-da!
Oh my God.
It's pizza with Tony Pepperoni topping. I would love to buy this one. Would you try one?
That's amazing. I think I would have to.
Right? So nice.
I hope can Tony see this? Where is Tony?
We'll show him.
We'll
later.
show him after. That's
Tony,
amazing.
Tony is a star.
Tony is the star. Oh yeah. Yeah, so, you know, Brendan's going to step in for me, but let me just clean this up for you guys here, just to summarize everything. So I'm in the Facebook short, I'm in the Tesla short, and let me just close this here. So I reloaded again. I didn't reload at 1,000 just because I figured maybe we get to 1,002, and we didn't. So, you know, I'm okay with the position. We'll see what happens. I think we'll get back to VWAP. I'm not 100% sure, but again, if this thing starts to really go, like I'm definitely not holding this. And pulling up Facebook quickly, I just entered that position. I'm not sure if I showed you guys. So yeah, got in here short, just on the consolidation. Again, this is, you know, scalping hour. I'm not really looking for a huge move down. Maybe we kind of get below 210. I think we just did. But I think we could probably get to, you know, maybe 209.80 again, 209.90, and then that's my scalp trade. I'm happy to take that. I'll hold a little piece for the big move down, but yeah, we'll see what happens from there.
Someone in the chat says, great graphics, Rob and Lucas. Well, guys, that's the thing. It's our viewers sending us those animations. The other day I was showing, like, it was mine, it was Prad one, and here we go, Tony. So maybe D. Bulad will see this today, and next time, Luca, you come, we will have animation with you.
I would love to see it, sure. Just make sure there's... I love pizza. I love pasta.
Yeah.
I love espresso. So, you know, these are the key words for you guys.
Sure. Espresso could work.
Yeah. And Yeah, so maybe take over for a bit. I'll let Brandon step in and he can
Absolutely.
show you guys some of his trades.
Thank you so much, Luca, for coming, and hopefully maybe you will be able to jump on again. And good luck with your trade. You're currently in Tesla, no?
Yep, Tesla short here, and hopefully it goes to VWAP. We'll see what
Hopefully,
happens.
let's go, because I'm
Hopefully, let's
also
see.
holding that short on Tesla, and we can talk about my short a little bit, guys, in here. A little bit stupid of me, because I could get out here at 992.90. We touched with Tesla, that VIVA up a little bit. My entrance was 998, so it will be like around, well, $5 per share in the money for me. I could just take the profit, get out, and re-enter in case I wanna get inside, like, into the trade again. My issue personally is that $50 shutdown, and trading Tesla, it's very hard, because like every dollar move can kick you out on that one. And while Brandon getting ready, I can see, thank you, Luca, a lot of people, you seeing you're a great teacher.
No problem, guys. Thanks for the support.
Good job. Yes, guys, thank you so much. But now another great guy will join us, Brandon the trader. Oh my God.
Hey, how's it going, Miss V?
It's great. I feel so overwhelmed. So many guys are coming, you know.
Okay,
How's your trading going?
it's going good, so I have to log on right now. So
Absolutely,
yeah,
yeah.
if you just give me a
can
few
go ahead
moments.
for that.
How's your trading going? I heard Tesla on a $50 shutdown's hard.
It is hard.
Yeah, you don't have to
tried?
tell me.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, it's going good. And again, quickly can refresh, guys. On my trade, I went short at the open at 982. I made $2. Got out at 979. Then I was looking for that 975 level, and decided to short out of that. And definitely was not a great idea, because Tesla went all the way back above 1000, and now we're slightly going lower. I got again short at 998, and now we'll see. But honestly, looks like Tesla wanna run back to 1000, and my stop loss exactly at 1000. So we'll see. Hopefully I will be able to cover that trade, and my buyback on this short is now at 993.50, but we already broke 999 to the upside. So let's see, guys, if I will be kicked out with you right here and right now. No stress. It's
No
okay,
stress, yeah.
Right. So yeah, guys, just bring any names you want to talk about in the chat.
Let's see if this works.
Outlaw says she's awesome. Thank you so much, Outlaw. You're so sweet. You're all awesome. And thank you so much, guys, for watching us today. We're not 500 likes. I think we definitely deserve more. Each of us deserve at least 1K likes. One for Luca, one for Brandon, one for me. And Justin the marketing guy will also jump in at 1 p.m. How's it going, Luca?
Luca?
Sorry, Brandon.
No, it's going
so many
good.
Guys, I'm telling you.
Yeah, you gotta keep it. You gotta keep it
Track.
all on track. Okay, so I think I'm good. Do you want to switch it over to
Sure.
me just to make sure the chart looks? Yeah, I think that's okay. How does that look?
You look great.
I just don't see the chat. Maybe let me open that too. Okay, we're getting there, guys. Sorry, it's obviously a little different today, but I'm going live today with you guys, so hopefully we get in some good trades and have some fun.
Oh yeah.
And then let's open that.
Michael Travis says this is like The Bachelor, indeed.
Yeah, you gotta find
Trading
Miss V. And you, I want to start the show by saying I want to see some P's in the chat for Prad, because I feel like Prad, has been gone for a really short time, but I want to see some more love for Prad.
Yeah, and that's absolutely. And I saw today people were missing Prad, and I agree absolutely with you. We need to send our energy for Prad so he feel better soon, because guys, we need Prad here, right?
Yeah, we miss
Yeah,
Prad. I miss
we miss
Prad.
Prad. I
It's
miss
more
Prad
fun
a
with
lot.
Prad. All
Absolutely.
right, so what do we want to talk about today? Anything? Do I pick? P's. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I'd love for some Prad right now. Okay. I traded Twitter today poorly, so we could go into that. So I think Luca mentioned earlier that, yeah, I was calling out this 46 level. That looked like it was going to be good in the morning, which it was. It was an amazing short, but I missed out on it. And then unfortunately, I tried to short 46 again, but it didn't work. But I had my stop out here around like the previous high on the 46 break, so that was a little loser. But it was funny because if we replay back to the 48 short from last week, when it retested 48 last week, it was under VWAP and it was showing signs that it was still weak. Whereas today, when it ripped past back up to 46, it was over VWAP. And that's a signal or an indicator that there is a lot of buying pressure for the day. And so today it didn't work out, the retest of that big early morning level. What else do we got here? Looks like Apple is heading down to day lows and market kind of with it. And yeah, should be a good time for us today.
I like it, as I'm short.
Yeah. You're short Tesla? What? That's the one stock, eh? The one stock, the one true love. Yeah, so Tesla looks like it's heading back towards VWAP, so it could be a good short if it breaks that and continues down.
Yeah, I'm looking for 993.50 level to get out, and my entrance was 998.
Okay.
So yeah.
Here we go.
Oh,
Here we go.
I'm out. I'm not negative on the day anymore.
Let's go.
I'm flat now. Oh my God, being flat when you were negative, sometimes even more pleasant when being profitable on just flat day, I swear.
Yeah. So I actually coined the term in our trainee group is gain from bottom. So in our system we have a LFT, right? Loss from top, but we don't have a gain from bottom.
Right.
So it's better to have a great GFB than it always feels bad to be LFT, right?
Absolutely. It feels so much better when you were a loser on the day. Now you're back to flat territory. But again, me and Luca, we were discussing that. Luke and me, sorry, like trying to learn English in here. And again, guys, I'm accepting super chat for my English courses. If anybody wants. So Luca said that he can see Tesla go all the way to day lows. I absolutely agree, right?
Yeah, of course.
But guys, I got out on here because it was negative day for me. My plan was just to cover my losses. I don't want to risk anymore. And so I just put my stop loss order in here. And also this 995 level might look strong for me. So I just decided to get out. And again, if I see more short opportunities on Tesla, I just re-enter my trade.
Perfect. Sounds great. It sounds like aspiring great Tesla trader. Soon Miss V is going to be making more money than anyone else in this office.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Any takers in the chat? Sorry, I haven't been really looking today.
I can see a lot of people supporting me. Thank you, guys. Let's see for any names. So CVM, have you seen that one?
I haven't.
It's big runner today, CVM.
CVM.
Yeah, I believe.
New York?
Either New York, either AM.
I don't have AM entitlements,
really?
actually.
I can show you actually in here. Let me see if, so this is that CVM, if you can see on my screen, that people talk about. We are now 58% to the upside. We were halted once on the day, and we were like up at around 80%.
Yeah.
But now slightly going lower to this level of 5.18 and 24 million volume. And I believe we don't have news on that name, but we always can take a look at any other name. For example, LGVN. I believe it's
I should have that one, yeah. Longeveron, I know that gets talked about a lot on the show. Okay, Longeveron, here we go. Looks like volume's really dying off right now, so I probably wouldn't be trading in it right now. But obviously, look, clear support at around 915 all the way down to, let's say, 905. So if it heads back to 905 and market's looking strong and volume picks up, that might be a great trade to get into. But as of right now, I would stay away with how the volume is. Anything else?
Oxy having a great volume.
Ooh, Oxy. I love Oxy. Sorry.
Great day.
Yeah, so Oxy, obviously, it's up really high on the year especially because of that Warren Buffett stake and increasing stake in the company and just oil in general. So it looks like it bottomed out, and now we're heading back towards VWAP. Maybe I don't see a trade just yet, but maybe later on in the day. Looks like
at
some.
the open would be
Sorry.
a great long at the open at 9:32. We spiked to the upside on Oxy.
Yeah.
And I just real quick wanted to bring this up. Another super chat from Grandpa Barney. You teach us your language and we'll help you with English. Deal, much love. You have a beautiful accent. Thank you so much, Grandpa Barney. Deal, absolutely. And literally I was joking about that super chat for my English courses, but thank you so much. So kind and sweet of you. I hope you're having a great, profitable day yourself. I also see someone asking about SoFi.
Yeah, I just pulled that up.
Awesome.
Yeah, so SoFi looking like it's heading back to day lows. So personally for me, I would love to see a 7 retest and honestly maybe go for a short. Obviously, it's looking pretty weak right now, so maybe I might actually get into a short there with SoFi. Haven't been trading it too much as of late. Whoa, what did I just click? Sorry. It doesn't matter. Got rid of my level 2 for Oxy. We're just clicking like crazy right now. But
Don't get accidentally into the trade.
yeah, they got to be careful. A little nervous to be on the show and live, but I do want to get in the trade for you guys. Looks like SoFi, if you see on the left here where my mouse is, looks like there's quite a bit of shares there available on the bid. So if that breaks that 974, and all these other bidders kind of get taken down with a lot of selling, so maybe that could be a good trade for the show. We'll see.
Brendan, Tesla actually also broke 990 to the downside. So guys, everyone who've been in that short, great job. CASA also a notable name to talk about today.
So I'm going to see if I could get that level 2 back and working.
While you do this, I can take it over. So
Yep.
CASA, we were talking earlier about this name. Crazy, guys. Look, we're up more than 67% on the day. We still have 110 million volume, which is great. And we are moving just sideways now. As you can see, we found that strong level at 6.38. Couldn't break it to the downside, just moving sideways. And I wonder if we will see when more volume comes, if we will see another spike to the upside on that one. But I want to remind myself what name is this, like what sector is CASA Systems. It's a technology campaign.
Okay.
And yeah, after we actually have news on that CASA. So we have news catalyst. I'm pulling up right now. So this CASA Systems Inc. shares up after Verizon awards multi-year contract to company. So Verizon want to probably work with that CASA Systems, and that's what brought shares all the way to the upside, 67%.
Okay, yeah. So I do have an offer out right now. So if SoFi does break the 7, we'll get in that trade. And essentially the setup here is it's near day of low. ES and NASDAQ look pretty weak right now. So we're hoping that SoFi, since it's a weak stock on the day, that it could flush and give us an opportunity to make a few cents. And in terms of risk management, if it breaks 7 and it looks like a lot of buyers step up, we're going to get out of that trade right away. So let's see how it goes. Let's see if it even gets to 7 and if it breaks. Yeah. All right.
Well, again, and you just brought it about Prad, and people ask, hi, Miss V, how are you? Did you talk with Prad? How's him, guys? Unfortunately, yeah, Prad got sick. People around the world are continue getting sick with that COVID. We can do nothing about this. Just wishing Prad all the best. Hopefully, he will feel better very, very soon. And all of us, I'm sure, as you guys do, we are super excited for him to come back. We miss him and just wish him a lot of help. And hopefully he will be having now strong antibodies. So next time he won't get into that.
Prayers and wishes out to Prad. Hopefully he gets better soon to come back and entertain us all, because, you know, me and Luca could only do so much. We can't replace the platinum Prad.
Sheesh.
Exactly. Sheesh. Okay. Any other symbols? AMC? Oh, yeah, that's always a fun one to talk about. I haven't really been paying too much attention to AMC since the last time they were going crazy. Looks like, once again, this is another stock that's weak on the day, -5%, and we're heading back to lows. So if the market continues to look weak, this could be a good opportunity to get short. But just remember, this is the middle of the day. A lot of people are out to lunch. Volume's low right now, so the moves might not be as extended as we would like. So this is a really tough time of the day to trade. But with that being said, there are opportunities, and we'll hunt them down for you guys. And just be very aware of your risk management, because maybe the moves might be smaller, so that means we have to tighten up our stops and maybe reduce the amount of shares we're using right now. But yeah.
Another name, if you want to talk,
Yeah.
MULN. We have Mullen on our watch list, so I can show it really quick. What catalyst do we have for that name? High after announcing plans to begin EV battery pack production of its high voltage battery R&D facility located in California. Well, that's good news for MULN. And what are we doing on that name? In pre-market, we were up 1.39% on MULN. Oh, wow.
What are we wowing? Tesla?
No, MULN just died.
It's died?
Yes, it's down. Not like died, but we're down 17.82%
Yeah.
on some good news.
Yeah, so looks like it's a sell the news type of event. That's always a tough stock to tough strategy to implement, because when good news comes out, we're assuming that good things will happen, but I guess not the case today with Mullen. In terms of a trade, yeah, so I don't know, let's go to a higher time frame. I don't know, a minute chart might not say too much about this stock. So yeah, looks like it's kind of been beaten down since I don't know, since November highs, I guess. And in my opinion, these kind of stocks, once that volume starts dying down, you could see here, it kind of picked up and obviously made that move. But look at the difference between March 2022, or here, we'll start from here, February 2022, right, till the end of March. This is a lot of volume. This is a lot of good day trading and a lot of good opportunity. But if you see here later on, look, the volume has completely evaporated. So as a day trader, you kind of want to stay away from that. As a long-term investor, then you have to look at, financials and more fundamental approach to maybe see, is this a good opportunity to get in? But as of right now, I don't think Mullen is a great day trade.
NVDA. People talk about that name also.
Yeah, just keep throwing out tickers. I'll talk, no problem.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I love NVIDIA. I think that's a great stock to trade. Obviously hard. High beta stock, so it's going to follow the market a lot. Looks like early morning lows are around 210, 211, so looks like we're heading back there now. And then some pre-market action around 210.60. So if it gets to this level and holds and market's kind of looking strong, that might be a great entry back to VWAP. So maybe you could risk 50 cents to $1 and get back $5 if it hits down there around the 211 to 10.50 mark. Yeah, still waiting on SoFi out here to the left. I think, market, I have a screen to my right with the futures. Market's looking kind of weak right now, so I want to play that. Oh, here we go. I just got executed as we're talking about it. So now we can watch and see, bidder at 6.99 compared to a weak offer here. Looks like a lot of mid prints going off, so we'll see how this trade goes. Oh, a lot of sellers stepping up, so let's see how this trade is. Market looking weak. This could actually be a good trade. Not looking to risk too much off this. If it doesn't keep flushing, we're gonna get out. But look, you can see this candle here. Looks like a lot of volume kind of came in for that. Let's see, a lot of mid prints, a lot of nothing happening right now, so we'll see. Get back to that. We'll keep that on the side of the screen. I got to know, this is weird. I have to know where, I'm executing the actual trades. I can't just be looking like a spectator like the other days. So that should be fun. How are my other stuffs doing?
I'm looking now at the list of volume leaders currently.
Yeah.
We have here this CASA, CSA. We have that Camber Energy, CEI. A few people were talking about that one. Also, we have DD Global. We have Nile, Zila, Twitter, MULN, ATER also is in this group. And on top performers, we have CASA, CVM, and okay, now with that FREQ. So maybe we can take a look at that FREQ.
FREQ.
FREQ on Nasdaq.
I've actually never heard of this stock.
So do I. Let's check out what is that.
So according to level 2, it's just traded under 3 million shares, but looks like it's popping off right now.
It's a biotech medical company.
Okay. Yeah, looks like someone just pumped it up from around 185 to just around 220. So let's see where this guy gets in. Maybe if the volume keeps picking up and we keep going to the upside, maybe we catch a halt. And that, I was on the last week talking about how much I love getting into halters. So let's see if volume keeps picking up and this thing keeps going, maybe we get into a halt. I'm assuming we don't have any free shorts on it, so.
We've got a super chat from Isa Mohammed. Thank you so much, Isa. So sweet of you. I saw also on the morning show you sent me a super chat. Love you. Hope you had a beautiful, beautiful weekend. And so glad to see you here. And Camber Energy, as I mentioned, we can take a look at that one. CEI is now up 17% and trades on 91 million volume.
Yeah, I think once again that's an AM entitlement, right? That's
Camber Energy,
yeah.
CI, like sector.
Yeah, it's AM. So yeah, I can't pull up AM.
Oh, I see AM. You mean the market? Okay, never mind. I can take a look. CI.
Guys, we need some comments in the chat telling Sean and Neil to give me more entitlements.
Yeah, I agree. Let's do this.
So I can show you
Please
guys.
give it to Brenna. Great. My chart, it's like literally just went somewhere for a walk.
Okay.
It's okay, but we got a super chat from Xinming Li. Thank you so much. Trade McDonald's every day. Very juicy gain. $508.7 today.
As long as you're not eating McDonald's every day, that's fine. You
right, but I mean, juicy and McDonald's is kind of like I see it in one sentence. Absolutely, maybe we can take a look at McDonald's.
Sure.
McDonald's is on Nasdaq in New York.
I think it's New York. Yeah. Wow, McDonald's. That's
MCD. It's McDonald's, right?
I think tripping. So. Yeah, looks like McDonald's. Just under 500,000 shares, so not exactly a day trading stock. Yeah. But if you're looking at McDonald's other than the menu,
on the menu?
Other than the menu, if you're looking at the stock, looks like we're just under VWAP, so we'll retest that. Now, obviously, McDonald's is kind of like that blue chip type of name. So when market conditions are weak, these types of names tend to hold up. So such as like a McDonald's, a Berkshire, kind of stuff like that, where it's like these are known as quote unquote defensive stocks. So if the market's down and McDonald's is up, that kind of makes sense. So we'll see if that keeps moving up.
Do you go to McDonald's often?
No, I'm not a big McDonald's guy. I'm more, we have like a Freshie and a Tim Hortons nearby. I would be more of a Freshie guy.
I see. Yeah, Freshie is very nice.
Yeah.
Totally opposite of McDonald's.
Yeah, exactly. I don't like. If we're doing a burger,
yeah.
Have you ever heard of Rudy's?
Rudy's, I'm not sure.
So I think they have 2 locations in Toronto. That's my burger.
Yeah?
This obviously similar to McDonald's, like, greasy, bad for you. Yeah. But if I'm eating a burger, it's going to be from Rudy's.
I see. I will check it out. Yesterday we tried out new place, I believe Slayer's Burgers or something like this.
Never heard of it.
I really liked it, but I'll check it out, that Rudy's. And another super chat from Isa Mohammed for me. Valeria, sorry, been very busy. It's all good. Isa, so happy to see you back on the chat and supporting the community, sending you all the love, and hopefully you're having a profitable day. In terms of tickers, guys, while I'm loading on my another one from Isa Mohammed.
Wow.
Thank you. Wow. Someone says Tesla again. So while
Yeah.
I'm trying to load my charts,
I'll go to Tesla, no problem.
thank you.
So Luca in the background saying 998 was money. I'm assuming that was a short off that. Yeah. You know, I think Miss V was in that trade. No,
Yeah.
she got out a little too early. We gotta save some shares for the
Yeah.
dream, as I say. So
No diamond hands for me today.
yeah, well, you know, we can't win them all, but still a solid trade. Look, at the end of the day, diamond hands, paper hands, if you're executing your trade, if you have a plan and you execute it and the stock goes further than you thought, it doesn't matter. You still had a great trade because you followed your plan. And then the more you are disciplined and stick to your plan, I think the more success you'll have as a trader. So great trade for Miss V. Let's see. Tesla looks like it's stalling here around 988. Let's see if it could make a decision with the market.
That's right. I'll see a few people talk about the WTRH. WTRH. Never heard of that name before. Oh, I mean,
Penny stock.
Yeah, it's penny stock. Just 600,000 volume, which is not really what we're looking for.
So we could go back to FERQ. So this is a good example of, look, someone, it's probably a low float, not a lot of volume, only 3 million shares traded today. It's possible that one or two big buyers stepped in, pushed the stock up, have all the scanners pop off, have all the algos pop off, then got to a price that they like it at and sold off. And now since there's no volume, since there's no actual real buyers or sellers, it looks like it's going to head back to the downside. And, you know, hopefully you guys didn't get trapped in that today. We'll see. Maybe the buyer will step up again around 185, 180. But as of right now, I would say stay away. That's kind of a scary stock.
A few people talk about Indo, and I will pull it up as this one is on AMAX, and crazy guys, it deserves this rocket ship. Absolutely, we have that one on our watch list. So let's refresh what were news on that in the move. Low float company, 1.8 million. It's very low float. Oil and gas explorer active after Thursday's sharp rally. So no really any news on that name. Is just a low float runner. But also guys, congrats anyone who picked this into the long direction. Basically, even if at the open you would buy that long, you wouldn't really like miss out anything, because it went like a few cents against this level and then only ran to the upside. So if you were holding, we're having this stressful time and then it spiked. Congrats if you're there. Like, let's see, low of the day is 22. We are now 28. I like this. This is a great move on that name.
Have we talked about DD at all?
Not at all.
Okay, so DD just popped on my scanner, obviously having a terrible day. I know there's some news about a delisting, and looks like, you know, I thought that news was kind of baked in already, but I guess a lot of people are still in their DD shares, and it's down almost 18% on the day. Yeah, like Chinese stocks obviously have been really hard this year. I'm actually bag holding a lot of BABA in my personal account. So yeah, if you guys are trading DD right now, this is maybe a better kind of small cap to trade. You can see the volume difference on the top of my level 2 right here is 93.8 million shares traded. So more opportunity, more liquidity, more room to kind of get in and out of positions relatively safely without getting the rug pulled. So if we are looking to trade some maybe smaller names today, I think DD has some opportunity, but we'll see. Maybe it'll hit $2, and yeah, a lot of size there. But since it's only $2 stock, the amount of actual money needed to move that level isn't that much. But looks like SoFi is kind of teetering in around $7, so I'm still in that position, kind of in this bottom left here. Kind of haven't been paying too much attention to it, but I still think the market looks like it's pretty weak. It's kind of hovering around this 43.65 levels. So if it breaks that, I think SoFi still has a chance to go down further. But we'll see. I'll keep this stock here so you guys can watch. Tesla, I'm assuming, is always fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so Tesla kind of hovering, and we'll see. Maybe there's more opportunities to get in once it kind of gets back to VWAP. But we'll leave that for Miss V. She's the expert, the resident expert on Tesla, like Arun is for futures. You're the Tesla expert.
Absolutely. It's all because of this animation, You need one, and you'll be also. So guys,
It'll be getting run over by the Tesla.
No, you will be in the Tesla. But I need one also when I'm losing on Tesla. I need one to be run over by Tesla.
Yeah,
right?
I think that's a good animation.
Idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this happens.
I have actually a funny story about Tesla.
Oh.
So over the Easter weekend, I went to my girlfriend's parents, and they live in Ottawa, and obviously gas is super expensive. So luckily my mom was very nice, and she has a Tesla and allowed us to commute to Ottawa with the Tesla.
It's like 5 hours?
Yeah, it's like 5 hours. But so in the Tesla you could put in the route, like a navigation obviously, and it tells you where to stop at the superchargers.
Nice.
Yeah, so what's funny is it was telling us to stop so frequently, we kind of got fed up and just started, driving to Ottawa. And then you see like the battery start going like smaller and smaller and smaller, and you like get like super anxious, being like, oh my God, are we gonna just stop on the middle of the highway?
iPhone charger, Tesla.
So we get past Kingston.
Yeah.
And we have like 100 kilometers maybe left in the battery, and Ottawa is like another maybe 200-300 kilometers away. Yeah. So we're panicking. We punch in, okay, Tesla supercharger, we need a charge. And it takes us on the most windy back road. Like we went over, you know what a lock is?
No.
So a lock is like, boats, they have to cross from river to river.
All right.
So there's like, it's kind of like a bridge, and it's like super sketchy in like the middle of nowhere, Ontario. So we had to take this heavy car off on this like really shaky bridge. And the whole time, like, if I crash my mom's Tesla into a river right now, she's gonna disown me. So luckily,
but you guys in the middle of nowhere.
We're in the middle of nowhere, like barely any service. So luckily we drive through. We don't die, and we see some deer. And I'm like, oh my God, if we crash into a deer.
On Tesla.
Oh my God. But we get to the supercharger. We get to Ottawa safely, but it took like an extra like hour and a half. So
I see. So how long did it take you to charge it before like it felt better?
Oh, like 20 minutes. It's fast. It's not too bad.
Well, but that's true that you said like battery is heavy, right?
Yeah.
And like
the car is
seems
heavy.
Small, but like the car itself heavy. Yeah.
So when we're going over the bridge, we're like, oh my God, are we gonna crash this bridge right now?
But other than that, did you enjoy it? Like
I call it an iPad on wheels.
Nice.
So it's a really fun car to drive, super fast, and
Did you try to use that autopilot at all?
No, I don't trust that.
I see.
I don't trust that at all. I'm not saying it's not good. I just, I have 2 hands and eyes and a feet to drive a car. I don't need an autopilot as of right now.
Yeah. We were trying it in Vancouver, and it's also a lot of mountains, roads. So it was very fun when like on some, like it turned like itself. It was so fun, but scary a little bit too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe
Russians aren't trustworthy people.
Right. Don't tell them.
Okay, what's up? The market isn't moving right now, so hopefully we get some stocks to be moving right now, or we'll just talk about Tesla all day. NEO? No, INDO. I don't have entitlements for INDO. We got to get me on that AM entitlement. Oh, I do. Oh, I see the level 2. I don't know. Maybe Ms. V could talk about INDO.
INDO, yes, I can see that people talk on the chat about that one also. We have that on AM and where we are at right now in this. Okay, guys, so again, we were running. We gave up just a little bit. We went all the way like day highs $32.31. Now we gave up a little bit to 28, and now running again. And look, it really want to go, and I wonder where we can go with this Indo. I remind you it's a very low float name. So let's take a look at the higher time frame on Indonesia Energy Corporation. So this is TradingView, and we definitely can see here that there is this level at 29.75, which we broke already. Next one is this one, 30.43, where we're kind of sitting on. And then if we break that, we have many more room to move on this 30s. So yeah, let's see if will keep going to run to the upside, or it will die to this day lows level. But again, even if we go all the way here back to 23 during power hour and closing show, I'm pretty sure this name can run all the way to highs, even if we go lower.
I have a stock here, Miss V.
Sure.
So someone in the chat said Casa big flush, and yeah, no kidding. Once a stock gets up to these kind of levels, when it's up 55% on the day and starts, kind of retest the top and doesn't really break it, you're gonna have to expect that there's gonna be some sellers. So that's what happened here with Casa. Looks like it really didn't want to break past this 680 level, and now we're all the way down at 6. So we'll see. If volume picks up on this name again, we'll see if we can make a move. But yeah, everyone has to be aware that if a stock does run, eventually there's going to be a wall, and it looks like Casa as of right now has hit it. It's under VWAP. So if it comes back through and buyers start stepping up again, maybe it'll retest those highs. But as of right now, it does not look good. And if we look at the level 2, yeah, it's kind of very illiquid. For such a low stock price, you expect to see more kind of shares being traded and moved around. Obviously, 115 million shares, that's kind of crazy. Great stock to be in today in terms of a day trade. But yeah, it looks like the level 2 isn't too thick, so the moves could be quite aggressive. So we could actually kind of side by side look at that compared to a DD. So, or even a SoFi here, you could see, look, these are all called lots. So it's this amount plus 100, because 100 is considered one lot. So look at the amount of shares that are being bid and offered compared to something like a Casa. So the moves are probably going to be a little more faster and extended. So if you're in the stock, be careful. Make sure you have your stops in place and you practice good risk management. Yeah, looks like a lot of selling coming in. We just broke 6 and going down now. And then look at this kind of, you could see down here in the bottom right, I love paying attention to this kind of dead volume, big selling, big selling, big selling. And when that starts to happen, algorithms will step up, see it, and start also offering. So hopefully, if you guys are long, you have your stops in. And if you guys are short off that kind of day high around 680, good job. Good trade.
Yeah, that's right. And it looks like everybody talk about that CASA. So guys, please make sure you're sending names that are moving, or you wanna us to take a look at on the chat. IMPP, that one we didn't really talk today, I believe. IMPP is on Nasdaq, and we are down 1.35%, but we have 24 million volume on that one. We also had a run to the upside at around 12.26. We spiked to the upside and now kind of barcoding to the sideways. And again, I believe IMPP is related to oil, low float oil name. So let's see, so many of them, I'm just getting confused. So IMPP, it's actually, yeah, it's Imperial Petroleum, which means it has relation to the oil, but though it's 68 million free float, so it's not even that bad on that name. A lot of people talk about that boil on the chat.
Where do they find these stocks?
I don't know. I couldn't
Good
find
for that. Boil, so not Nasdaq, not...
It's like Bloomberg Natural Gas something.
Boil. It is AM.
Oh, I see.
So if you have, so it looks like it's I don't have those entitlements, but the level 2 does show me almost 2 million shares traded, $100 stock, but I can't really give you guys much detail about the chart because it won't pop up for me.
I will bring it up. So again, Boyle is Pro Shares Ultra Bloomberg Natural Gas. 16% to the upside, which is great, and right?
Yeah, of course.
Not bad at least. And we also have 1.800 million volume trading on this name. And again, as we can see, oil, gases, and any other like related stocks are on the move today. Again, even that Occidental spiked at the open 5% to the upside. Low float oil names are also running today. So definitely, yes, this is related. And we have this jump to the upside on oil. Also, I saw more names on the chat. Finally. Just a second. That Husa.
Oh, Alex says I look lost. No, when I'm looking like this, it's because I have other positions on the side. I'm just looking, but hey, maybe I am lost. But Miss V found me somewhere, and I'm on the show today.
Yeah, we're lost, guys.
We're lost.
And we need your help.
Yeah, I need CVM again. Husa.
Yeah. So Husa is also, I believe.
Yeah,
Yes, so it's also energy name.
Yeah, so I don't have the AM entitlements, but I could talk about just energy in general. I have a futures chart here. I can maybe
Cool.
I could bring it down, just throw it somewhere. Yeah, so this is a 3-minute chart of oil today. So looks like not a lot of people are actually trading the futures today in crude. Look at this compared to, I'm assuming this is Thursday. The volume over here died down quite a bit. But it looks like we are on the upside, so that means our gas is going to be more expensive. So I guess I'm going to have to borrow my mom's car a little bit more. So yeah, so obviously since oil futures are up, it's kind of like a trade with what I was doing earlier in the year. So when oil was kind of moving around in like 5%, 10% days, I was trading the oil stocks a lot more. So if you are long oil, I think that's going to be a great trade till maybe the end of the year.
So I also can see in here our good viewer, Glenn Human says, let's get Miss V and Trader Brandon 1K likes.
Let's do
guys.
it.
Please, indeed. I think we deserve it. We're doing a good job, and we're super close to that. We need around 370 more likes. Still, more than 2,000 people are watching. We need your support as never. Proud as Sig. Guys doing their best to support me and the show, and plus than that, showing their trades and being introduced to you and to our trading community. So please be kind, smash that like button, help us to get 1K, and stay with us for more. For now, let's take a look. Ethan Kaplinger, just say the word V. Smash.
Yeah, let's do it. Smash that like button. We're only around like 600 something, so let's get it up to 1,000, guys. Come on. Miss V.
666 now.
666. Ooh, okay. How's my trades
Just
doing?
passed.
Trades are looking okay, even though that number showed up. Oh, I like that, Alex. Oh, that's actually a great comment, guys. Everyone should be listening to that. I love that. I've been filling up my car half a tank instead of a full tank and getting better fuel mileage, weight reduction for the win. Lol. Look, that's actually a very good idea. I might have to do it the same. I have a gas guzzler right now, so that could be actually really good. Went from 13 miles per gallon to 16.5. Let's go, buddy. Good job. That's smart.
We did great on likes there. We're now at 706, so thank you so much, guys. And maybe we can take a look at any other name you will bring us on the chat. So again, throw your names at us, and we'll definitely do our best to make a review on that name. Another one I wanted to take a look is Neo. I'm not sure we were really talking about Neo New York, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Fat fingers issue in here.
I got Neo. Yeah, so -4% on the day, just under. I swear, every time I look at this stock, it's either up like over 20 or under 20. Like it can never make its mind if it wants to be over $20 stock or under. We're always ranging in between. So it looks like it flushed off the open around 9:30 and retested VWAP, broke a bit. But to me, like this is a clear trend to the downside. Obviously, like the market's down today, and something like a DD is trading down. If I go to BABA, I'm assuming that might be down as well. Yeah, -2%. So it looks like this kind of sector of stocks are acting very similarly as they usually do. And yeah, so I would probably refrain from going long Neo today if you were thinking that at the moment. Maybe another short off VWAP will be good, and you could kind of give it to this like high around 1925. Obviously, you got to be careful with how many shares you're using at this time of the day, and I'm going to keep repeating that so it kind of gets into your guys' head. If you are trading in the middle of the day when the volume's low, you should not be willing to give up your profits or extend your losses from the morning, and maybe save that till more of a power hour type of day, unless there is some stuff moving. But as you can see, look at the difference in Neo on the open in terms of volume compared to now. So we should be looking to trade stocks that are moving at the moment. So right now, Neo not looking strong, as is the market is also not looking strong. So hopefully we avoid getting into bad longs in Neo. And if you want to short, okay, I could understand that trade.
That's absolutely true. Markets are a little bit weak right now. We turn to negative territory. QQQ is down 0.58%. Someone brought coin on the chat, and I checked BTC USD. Bitcoin is currently down 0.92% on the day. We're back below 40,000. We're now 39,300 on Bitcoin, and that coin is also down 3.59%. Low of the day was 140. We tried to make that V-shaped recovery until 142. Now looks like we want to give up and go back lower, but maybe we can take a look at any other crypto name. For example, Mara. I believe Mara is actually up on the day a little bit. Mara is trading on 5 million volume today, and no, Mara is also down 5.20%. Like I was expecting all crypto names be a little bit down because of the Bitcoin. So yeah, when I saw there that we were up, I'm like, what I'm looking at.
Can I just mention something?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Richard, cheekily mentioned Neo is always either below or above 20. What other options is there? So what I mean when I say that is more specifically like, usually when you're trading or investing in a stock, like you want to see kind of a clear trend of where it's going. So if, let's say Neo, for example, is very choppy, it could be up, it could be 21, it could be 18, it could be 19, it could be, all these different prices. So it's hard for me personally to kind of get a clear sign of where is the range in the stock, where is it going. If it breaks 20 and stays over, to me, that's a clear sign of, hey, this might be a good long to play off 20. But if then it breaks 20 and now we're trading below 18, okay, where do I find a good entry point to maybe get long again? Or is the long over and I should be looking to short kind of on under 20? So as a stock is choppy, as it's moving around, for me, I want to see, as a trader, I want to see kind of a clear direction. So if Tesla's over 1,000, and in a matter of a week, it's staying over 1,000. That 1,000 is showing to be a clear level that I want to long off of. That'll have a better probability of getting a winner. So right now with Neo, is what I'm trying to say is it's a hard stock to get a good gauge of whether you should be longing it or shorting it. So that's what I meant by like it could be 20, it could be 18, it could be this and that. Yeah, I know you were being cheeky. That's why I said, you were being cheeky. But I kind of just want to make it clear because, this is one of my first few times on the show. I know, like, when you're explaining stuff, obviously you guys are trading with real money. I want to make sure that I'm being clear in what I'm saying and not confusing you. And, because trading's hard. I'm living and breathing it every day. So if I'm out here trying to help you guys and trying to spit some knowledge, hopefully, at least the least I could be is clear. Yeah.
That's true.
A little rant.
Lone says, thank you, Brandon.
No problem. My pleasure. That's why we're here every day talking. or at least some of us.
Well, now you're definitely more often than you used to.
That's true. Yeah. Now I can't just be giggling in the
Wow,
background.
Justin.
Okay.
All right, guys. So stay tuned. We will also have Justin, the marketing guy, at 1 p.m. And I wonder what Justin want to talk about. Hopefully, he has some fun topic from the weekend. Yeah. Yes, I like
Ooh.
hearing some social media talk. Looks like we'll be right
How
here.
long are you going on for?
And
So I should log off my account. Oh, okay. So what? I don't know what the plan is.
sure, we can get Justin.
Come back.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, Brandon will be back,
If you, yeah.
and
So
we'll
if you
have.
see my stocks and just start plummeting, can you just give me a little?
Yeah, so Brandon left with open positions. So guys, let's hope everybody that
sell everything.
well,
I'll sell your
Brandon
whole
come
position.
back, he will be a billionaire. And we have Justin. Oh wow, it's our conversation now. I'm super excited.
Yes,
How
I
you
know.
doing?
I feel like Prad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a good or bad thing?
in a good way. Yeah. No.
Cool.
I feel like Prad. Not nearly as smart, but
Right.
we'll go with it. How are you?
I'm great.
Good. How was your
Not
weekend?
sick. Thank God.
Yes, thank God.
Weekend was great. I went to the movie The Lost City. I'm not sure if you were watching.
No.
The Channing Tatum and Brad Pitt also playing there.
No, I don't know that
Anyways,
one.
Just spending time with my dog.
Nice.
Yeah, he's
right.
growing.
Aw. When are we gonna get together for a
I
play
know
date?
we should.
Yes.
would love it.
Soon. I'll text you.
Yes,
And we'll sort it out.
absolutely.
My weekend was great. I didn't do anything. I took dog for a walk, picked up some new vinyl.
I
So
see.
very, very excited about that. Shared a
Yeah.
photo of the new records that I bought on Twitter.
Cool.
So
what,
make sure
what
to
vinyl? What song? Like what?
like what albums?
Yeah.
So I got Pink Floyd The Wall,
Nice.
Led Zeppelin's debut self-titled album, and Dr. Dre's original The Chronic on vinyl.
Nice.
3 amazing albums that everybody should own. And then for my partner, I got oh boy, what did I get? I got Bon Iver,
Okay.
Tragically Hip, and what was the third one? Adele, 30.
Adele?
Adele. So she's a huge fan of Bon Iver. So I got her that
I
and
would like
a
to
couple other albums. So
hear her song from vinyl.
yeah.
Adele.
The vinyl collection is
Yeah,
slowly
vinyl.
growing, but I'm loving the direction that this is going. But
Awesome.
lots more to get for sure. But yeah,
It's worth it.
absolutely. I mean, I was never a big vinyl person until she got me a record player for my birthday, and obviously a Taylor Swift on vinyl
Yeah.
because everybody needs to have Taylor Swift on
Nice.
vinyl. And then I just started collecting
Cool.
vinyl records, and now I'm just the collection is getting up there. So
I'm actually
Yeah.
myself gave as a present Drake's album on vinyl for one of my friends, and for the
Nice.
other one, Amy Winehouse. So
nice,
yeah,
always a good call.
yeah.
Amy Winehouse is definitely on my list of vinyl albums. Back in Black is is one that's on my to-do list or on my buy list of vinyls that I want to buy.
I
So,
like Valerie's song.
that's a good one.
Yes, it is. So
It
okay,
is.
Justin.
Anyways, yes.
Anyways, let's jump in. What's the first topic you want to talk about?
So lots going on today. Instagram finally launching product tagging. There's a big push to drive retailers to their product and help drive sales via Instagram. The feature launched as kind of like a little beta test earlier this year, but now they're pushing it out globally. So everybody should be seeing it on their Instagram. If you have the right type of account,
Yeah.
and if you're a retailer or selling products online, you'll be able to now sell your products directly by tagging your products in your
That's
posts.
Cool.
So
it's very convenient.
big push for that. So it feels like product sales is a big focus for I was going to say Microsoft, but it's not them. For Facebook or Meta or whatever they're called this week. So that's should be interesting to see how that's going to go. So should be it's going to be great for small businesses, great for retailers, and certainly obviously great for consumers as well.
sure.
So Netflix and Exploding Kittens, not Exploding Kittens, but the game. Is launching a mobile game in May alongside the TV series. Will be available for Netflix members, and a TV series being produced by Mike Judge and who's the other guy? I can't remember.
Nice.
Can't remember the other person, but I believe they were involved in South Park. The TV series is coming in 2023, so you'll be able to play the game and watch the Netflix series.
Nice. And is it
which should
more
be
like
pretty cool.
target on kids or just like younger generation? Because the name kind of how it's called
Exploding Kittens.
Exploding Kittens.
It's a fun card game. I mean, I'm 43. I love it. I
Okay.
think it's. I have the mobile game on my other phone, and I have the card game at home as well.
I
So it's a lot of fun. So anybody, I can't see chat, but
I will check
there
it
it is. Yeah, not seeing anything in chat, but anybody who knows Exploding Kittens or is familiar with it knows the game.
Cool.
But it's a lot of fun. It's a lot less gross than you think it is. So it's a great game.
Good
so.
to know. And is it like the first game by Netflix they produced?
So they've done some stuff as well for Stranger Things, but I think this is going to be like the first real big push towards mobile. So I don't know if it connects to the actual TV show itself or if it's something that you can play on the screen.
Yeah.
But I know that it's at least on an actual mobile device. So it'd be cool if you could use the game and interact with the documentary not the documentary, the show at the same time. I know they kind of did that a little bit with Bandersnatch. I don't know if you ever saw that. It was kind of like choose your own adventure,
Yes,
but it
like
was
you
really
watch and then you can choose, right?
Right,
Which
yeah.
direction, and it was so fun, right?
yeah. That was a great series. I really like
Yeah.
Bandersnatch. So I'm hoping that they kind of create a little bit of a connection to the actual TV
Yeah.
show itself. So that should be cool. And the last story, Microsoft coming to a free-to-play game near you. Ads. Microsoft is looking at running ads in free-to-play games on Xbox. Apparently is going to launch later this year. No idea on pricing or timing, but some insiders are saying that this could actually detract from the actual in-game experience, which makes a lot of sense. People are starting to get more and more bombarded by ads.
Yeah.
So will be interesting to see, but I think this could be a good opportunity for brands certainly to get their product or their messaging in front of a captive audience. So no shortage of news today.
No,
And,
I absolutely love those kind of like, that social media
Yeah.
stuff and the live. Great. I'm not personally into gaming really.
Right.
So I know with Prad you would probably have a lot
Yeah.
more to discuss on those. But vinyl, I like the conversation about vinyl
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the other thing I wanted to talk about too was Elon and Twitter. This whole thing.
Right, let's talk about this
Why
thing.
don't we just talk about Elon and Twitter?
Love Me Tender?
Sorry?
He posted that Love Me Tender thing.
He, I think he's hilarious. I think Elon is really funny. The way he uses Twitter is absolutely fascinating to me, and he certainly has become a very entertaining follow in the last
yeah.
week or so. And there's the Tesla animation with Miss V. So I think it's really cool what's happening. I'd be kind of curious to see what goes on with this with the sale. I'm a little bit. I'm a bit confused as to why Twitter's board rejected the offer.
Yeah.
Given that the offer was much higher than market value, so clearly there's something else going on here. But Twitter under Elon Musk, an interesting story. Send me a tweet on Twitter at TraderTV.Justin. Tell me what you think.
That's right.
Should he buy it? Should he not buy it? What do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing? I'm curious to hear what everyone else thinks about this. So I have my opinions. I'm not going to keep them to myself, but I'm curious to hear what chat thinks and what everyone else thinks. So send me a tweet at TraderTV.Justin, where you can also see pictures of the vinyl that I picked up this weekend. So that's it for me.
I will check out
Yes.
right now.
Do it.
And also definitely super exciting to follow up with this relationship between Twitter, Elon Musk,
Right.
how it's gonna become. So
Yeah.
thank you so much, Justin. Always pleasure talking with you.
Yes, absolutely. You too, Val. And everyone else, have a great trading day. Is it Easter Monday today?
Maybe.
I don't even know what date. I know it's at some point it was Easter.
On the weekend it was Easter.
was Easter-
I believe
it's not-
Sunday was Easter.
Okay, so just today is a regular Monday.
Just
Got
happy
it.
Easter, everyone.
Happy Easter. Happy post-Easter. Hope you guys have a great trading day. And I will see you guys. Well, I'll see you guys soon.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right.
Thank you so much,
All
Justin.
right. Thanks,
It was a
guys.
pleasure talking with you, and we will go to your Twitter right now while you're away, so we will be sneaking on your page. See you, Justin. Thank you. So, guys, again, please follow all of us on Twitter. Like, each of us deserve a follow. Absolutely different accounts. So, Brandon, for example, tweets always latest news on his Twitter account. Sean, I mean, you already know, guys. Sean posts his sticky note every morning for you, and I know how you like it. And like, it's not us, right? It's like people look at the numbers: 100 likes, 21 reports, and it's not the biggest rate for the sticky note. Like, Sean really knows what he does, and just viewers can say anybody who were following this, they know it will bring you money. But again, don't follow anything or anyone blindly. Always have your personal plan before you go. And Brandon, I'm showing Justin went for shopping over the weekend. Do you like vinyl discs? Like
Vinyl discs?
Vinyl discs?
Not really. Like, I think that's a little before my time. I'm more of a what's like MP3
DVD?
digital.
DVD? CD?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I used to have a little Walkman and listen to some songs that my sister would always steal and listen to Backstreet Boys.
I see. So basically, this is the collection of Justin. I love this, guys. Which one out of these three would you personally own?
Dr. Dre, The Chronic, that's a classic.
Yeah,
Pink
Adele.
Floyd, those would be my two. I'm not sure what the other.
This two?
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin.
Okay, yeah, those are amazing.
Yeah, and this one I forgot what. Sorry, guys, but if you know, you know. So write us in the comments which one would you get personally.
I think the one on the bottom left is a Canadian band.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Anyways,
back to stocks.
Yes, let's see. I was not really following up with the chat while Justin was on. First name I can see here is MPP though, but like before that we had VERU, VERU. So
I love that stock.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's go.
I traded that the other day. I got into a halt with it.
Oh, did it turn out good for you?
Yeah. So I love. Wow! It really spiked recently. Wow, looks like VERU getting some action right now. Minus 11% on the day, but wow, what a candle. Hopefully someone was long in that. Yeah, so this is a daily. That's why. Okay, my bad, guys. Back to a minute chart. Yeah, looks like VERU is heading back up to VWAP. I like playing VERU on these kind of consolidations on the bottom. I was talking about that 11 level the other time I was on the show. It looks like today that level is around 1290 to around 1285. So that would have been good long. I personally would stay away from it. Right now, I don't think that there's a good kind of high probability trade in it, and for my setups at least. So yeah, if you're a stockholder from VERU, you're not very happy today, but I'm assuming it came from like a really low number, so being in the 13s probably isn't the worst for most people, but hopefully it goes back to all-time highs, which I think are at around 15, 16, something like that. But no trade for me right now in VERU. I have SoFi here. We're still lingering around 7. Unfortunately, it hasn't hit my stop yet around 710 or VWAP. So I'm going to just be holding this and until it makes a move. Looks like market is rallying right now, so probably not the best time to be in this short.
Yeah.
But we're going to follow our rules, and if we have a stop in mind, we're going to let it hit the stop rather than panic and get out of the position early, even if it's not looking great. Got to follow your rules.
Brandon.
Yeah?
Okay, look, Brandon, Prad, Tony.
Just say traders.
Oh.
You traders.
Yeah. No, Brandon,
Yeah.
that HUSA is running again. As you said, market's trying to go a little bit higher. So HUSA looks like also 17% to the upside now. As we can see, it was barcoding a little bit in here and then just spiked all the way to the upside. We still have 18 million volume and now at 5.67. So maybe we can take a look at a higher time frame on HUSA to see potential levels on this name. On TradingView, I can see that We broke this level. We are currently, yeah, we broke that 568 level, and obviously we have more room to go for that name. That's crazy. I wonder if IMPP one did something the same, but IMPP is on Nasdaq, I believe. Yeah, IMPP is also trying to go higher. Looks like that low float energy related stocks are great long opportunities today, and I will be looking into tomorrow for more opportunities on that ones. And I just like, for my personal interest, want to take a look what Tesla doing, and we are moving higher. But again, I'm glad I didn't get into another short trade. If I would get short on Tesla again, I would probably get in at the same level I went for the first time in the open, 983, and try to hold it until like 9076 area, just like a few bucks profit. But in here it's too dangerous for me. We have this level in here, and look, we're now again back to 992 on Tesla. Arturo Diaz, can you look at EDU? Do you know EDU?
I think that's another Chinese name.
Chinese, so probably on New York? will
Yeah.
be? Do you want to take a look
Yeah.
at that one? Cool.
I'm pulling it up right here. One of my charts not working, but I'll pull it up on a different one. So yeah, EDU. Wow. Unsurprisingly, is down on the day with the other Chinese names. So they usually are going to trade somewhat in tandem. So I would say if you're looking for a trade in EDU, I would be looking at Baba, Neo, all the other ones to see if they're all rallying with the market and all rallying together. That long is probably going to be a better trade. But in terms of what it's doing today, looks like it's just kind of consolidating in this range, and hopefully it'll make a move to the upside. But if we're looking at EDU, maybe we could look at Baba. See, yeah, the chart almost looks identical. So personally, I would probably trade a Baba over an EDU, because as you can see here in my level 2, it looks like EDU has traded under 1.5 million shares, so not something that has a lot of volume. Personally, if I would kind of skip over into a Baba to try to make a trade. So it looks like we're kind of getting to this recent test here at a 93.75. So if we break through that, then we have the possibility to keep running up to today's high. Market, wow, I just looked, is ripping. We went from 43.65, now we're closing in on 43.85, back to VWAP on a 3-minute chart. So wow. Yeah, and as you can see, that SoFi trade isn't looking so good anymore. I think I'm going to get stopped out of it soon, so unfortunately not the best trade today, but we aren't crying about it. We thought that was a good trade. We're sticking to our rules, and not every trade's going to work. That's just the name of the game.
That's right. Yeah, looks like QQQ and markets overall not really, I would say, volatile day for us. And I'm super excited to see if there will be a chance for us to close in a positive territory.
Yeah, hopefully for everyone's personal accounts, we're gonna close
that's
higher.
all what matters.
I know mine's taking a beating as long as with everyone else probably. And if you are doing well, congratulations, because I am not right now. Yeah, so market's still ripping.
Bitcoin is also ripping.
I don't know. Did any news drop? Maybe.
I just can see that we are now nearing that 40,000 back. And the Bitcoin markets, everything's starting to pop up. So I wonder if we have any news for that jump.
Yeah, you're a big Bitcoin fan, huh?
I am.
Big crypto in general, or just Bitcoin? Or is it like a Tesla, like you only do one?
No, well, currently, yes. Oh, look at him, Brandon. Yes, don't get married to your stocks, right?
Yeah.
I'm just conservative person and loyal.
Fair. If you find the one, that's all you need, right?
Right, if it makes me money, right? Why would I?
Yeah, because look, you could be a master of none or a master of one. I'd rather be a master of one than of none.
Right. Here we go.
Here we go.
But anyways, I will, of course, do my best to learn to trade other names also. And yeah, I'm owning some Bitcoin long term.
Nice.
So, but again, my first time I bought it, it was around like 35,000, I believe.
Okay.
So I'm still not that nervous.
Nice.
But I prefer to see it above 40,000. And maybe like if we touch on that 38 level again, I would maybe buy more.
Yeah,
Because-
I think right now everyone keeps yelling about this 40,000 level. So I feel like
Yeah.
if you are a long-term holder of Bitcoin, if you are buying under that kind of big psychological level, it's probably a good sign.
Yeah, but also, I feel like also do we have now down trend overall on the market, or I'm not sure. I remember we were in the bear mode at
Yeah,
some point.
I don't know. I feel like it's so hard to like. Obviously, like a chart will show uptrend, downtrend, but it depends on your like outlook for Bitcoin. Like, you're looking at a trend, a short-term trend, but if you're trying to, I would say if you're a Bitcoin holder, you should be looking for like that longer-term
Yeah.
move. Then that kind of minutia of like what the current trend doesn't matter as long as you have your levels and you know where you want to pick up more.
Yeah.
And then you have that like kind of clear target of like, oh, if it hits this number, that is my number. I'm pressing the sell button.
Right.
That's how I think about Bitcoin, at least.
Yeah, that's true. And but again, that 40 level, as you said, everybody say that it's pretty much very strong area, but we'll see where we go. And now looks like if we go back to like 38, it's all not that bad. But if we break that 31 to the downside, I would start be nervous.
Yeah, Tyrone saying no more stimulus checks to pump crypto. Yeah, everyone's so heavily invested in it right now. Hopefully, it doesn't turn down too much. But hey, you never know. They could bring back stimulus checks. That would be a great great protest. Bring back stimulus checks.
Right?
I could see that. Go to Wall Street with that. That should be funny.
Actually, also on the weekend I was rewatching that from Wall Street movie.
Yeah, The Wolf on Wall Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great one.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Alex Kisling on the chat says, Valeria is so cute, it pisses me off. Thank you, Alex. I don't know. I will take it as a compliment, but I'm not even sure that it's the context. Anyways,
I got a haircut today. I shaved a bit. Am I not cute?
looking good, feeling good. Please throw some compliments at Brandon. He deserved that. And of course, smash the like button for Brandon.
Luca's just laughing in the background. Sorry, Miss V, go ahead.
No, all good. Yeah.
Look, you get on the show, you see the likes coming in, you get, it's fun.
Someone says Lambo. Why?
Yeah, Justin chiming in. Look good, feel good, trade good. Yeah, right now I look good, I feel good. Trades aren't going so good, so hopefully we get back into some winners.
Nabil Hani says, Mara, right, all moving. Yes, that's right, because Bitcoin is also moving to the upside. So the rest of this group. Oh, we broke 40,000 already on Bitcoin. This is crazy. What a crazy move. We were just like 39,700. Let's go, Bitcoin.
Let's go, Bitcoin. Yeah, it's so disappointing. Every time I pull up Bitcoin price, like on Google, I'll go to like Canadian, and I'll be like, oh my God, it's so high. And I'm like, oh no, that's just in Canadian dollars.
BTC USD.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, just over 40,000. So that's a good sign. Hopefully market can rally with Bitcoin.
And guys, please don't stop bringing names for us. You're really excited to hear. So I again hear oil is moving. Yes, that's right. That IMPP, all small cap free flow, small free float. Oil companies are on the move to the upside. So I'm still like checking this Indo, 11%. And again, with free float like this, one it's really small one. They can go to the moon, honestly, but today definitely I don't see deep for those names. Hopefully today I think their day to go higher. Brandon, do you like Palantir? Alex Anzo asking.
Palantir, let's take a look. I personally do not have any Palantir shares, but in terms of a day trade, obviously you guys know it's super fun, super entertaining. Looks like it just bounced off this 1190 level. And we're heading back to VWAP with the market. In terms of a company, I really like the idea of they're just data collectors and they sift through it and help you make better decisions on for your company. So in terms of like an actual business, it sounds really great. Let's see if they could execute on it. I'm assuming in fundamentally speaking, they're just borrowing a lot of money and not making much. So hopefully for longer term investors that this company starts to shift into more of how are we going to grow revenues and execute on our ideas. So Palantir, in terms of a company, very cool, very interesting. Let's see if they could really build a revenue base and kind of work on their technology, because I think that it's really exciting. If obviously the world we live in right now is very data driven. So if you find a way to really gain insight from data, it sounds like a good business model to me. But so this is, I'm just pulling up a daily of Palantir. Obviously, we're coming off way down from the highs. Wow. But yeah, it seems to be making a base around 1050. So if I were to invest in a Palantir, if we kind of come back down to that 1050, that might be a good entry into a longer term account. But as a day trade, because obviously that's why we are here. Yeah, down 3% on the day, kind of hovering in around VWAP. I don't know if right now there's a specific trade on it, but maybe, market looks like it's tanking from that 43.85 level. Maybe if it tanks and breaks new lows, there could be a short somewhere in there. But as of right now, not much on Palantir.
I am keeping an eye on overall S&P 500. That heat map definitely the very green/blue sector today is energy names, and guys, you already know we are reaping on those energy names. Pharma, biotechnology, healthcare as a group doing not really great. Retailers are also not feeling that good, and transportation, I can see that airlines are all down, with UAL leading down 2.28%. I don't know, probably some this COVID-19 things or oil prices affect transportation, and in here we can see that cruise lines and travel stocks are all down. So a lot of negativity still, and I would say the most beautiful sector is energy one. But also we can see that semiconductors are also doing great in general. If we see overview, like NVDA, NTC, Microchip, and Micron are all up more than 1%. So I would say semiconductors and energy are top performers on the markets today.
I saw a great comment by Alex. Brandon, or where was it? Oh, did I lose it? He said hashtag Brandon approved. He was long Palantir at 1050, and that's where I want to get in. So he said hashtag Brandon approved. Yeah, look, if Brandon's approving it, hopefully it works. Oh, wow, SoFi going against me right now. I should be getting stopped out of it relatively soon. Market's kind of being a little whippy right now, so that's fun for us. Let's see if we can maybe find another way into a trade. But as of right now, I do not see that much for me. What about Tesla?
We're back above 992.
Yeah, honestly, today has been really slow in general. Luke and I were talking about that earlier. Like, obviously, the morning, there's a lot happening, but it really, really slowed down fast today. I think everyone's maybe a little hungover from Easter and not really trading too much. It feels like that. Maybe that's why Prad's not here. He's sick. Yeah, okay,
right?
Maybe.
We know. In terms of Tesla, I mean, Tesla, I believe, was like the opposite of slow today, because again, Brandon, like from the low of the day 972, we broke 1,000 to like 1,009, and it like in one move, like straight most of the time. Like we took some pauses in here, and now slightly fading to the downside, and they just wanted to see if we fade to the day lows, or we'll try to like move sideways, or maybe we'll break to all the way to day highs. But again, it's hard to say, right? Because markets are flat, kind of. Like we're down 0.23, 32%.
Yeah.
And that's where like this side moves directions, hard to identify the real trend on the name. Here I agree totally.
Yeah, a little choppy today.
Yeah.
Someone mentioned Disney, so I could throw up that. We haven't really talked about that too much. So I've traded Disney in the past. Not as of late though. It's down almost 2.5% today. This is a minute chart. So it looked like it was kind of holding up in the pre-market, and then this is actually, I think, a good teaching lesson for everyone. So this, I think where are we? Yeah, so looks like this is kind of like the pre-market, what was happening in pre-market. I don't know how many of you guys have a chance to trade the pre-market, but it's obviously in this kind of tight range. So what you can do is that in the morning, if you see a tight channel in the pre-market, you could kind of play those levels. So let's say it ripped above 130.40, you could take that long and have that kind of morning volume give you a nice winner. And obviously on the other end, you could kind of take this 130 short and you probably would have got a nice quick winner off the open. So I really like those types of trades. So unfortunately, I did miss that in Disney today, but could have been good. In terms of what it's done since then, obviously had this consolidation around 129.40. Obviously dipped down a bit a few times, but look, wow, I don't know if news came in or something, or just buyers disappeared. This thing has absolutely tanked. I'm assuming around the same time as the market. So trading with the market today, maybe some news kind of behind it, but yeah, this is kind of my type of chart. Channel consolidation pre-market, either breaks it high, breaks it low, you take the high, you take the long, or you take the short, and then another consolidation area where you could either, if it was up here, you could go long. Today it looked like it was a great short all the way down. So if anyone caught that Disney move, would have been nice. That's my type of chart. Clean, not choppy. You could kind of get a sense of what it's doing on that day. These are the types of charts that you want to kind of find and hunt.
Actually, you mentioned that Disney there, and I see that Disney is going to premiere on May 13 some series called Sneakerella.
Sneakerella? Is that a play on Cinderella?
It's I believe so, you see, but instead of the shoe, it's sneaker.
Oh, okay.
I think
Sneakerella.
So.
Gotcha. That's cool. That's very modern take on Cinderella.
I would love to see that.
What kind of shoe is she wearing? Jordan?
I don't know.
Nikes?
I don't know what's this. Do you know what's this?
Let me check. I'll look. I'll bring it up. Sneaker.
I don't know.
I feel like my girlfriend's gonna want to watch that.
Right?
Yeah. That's cool.
I think just regular.
Looks like a basketball shoe almost.
Looks like mixed, but
yeah.
I don't think they have actual brand.
Yeah, makes sense. Like a Converse kind of thing.
Yeah, but they're missing out because advertisement for the brand would be great.
Yeah.
Right. And guys, I also want to talk about my favorite segment. So as you know, we trade with DayTrade.World. Prop firm. We trade with P-Pro8 platform, and I'm finally also joined the live traders. So for 3 days now, I'm not a paper trader anymore, and yeah, I can call myself real trader for a minute, right? And
for sure, yeah.
I want to bring my favorite segment, top 10 traders for today.
Ooh.
But makes sense that it's not for today, but for yesterday. Something wrong in here. It used to look different for me. I wonder if this looks different when you're on a live account.
What, the tip?
Yeah, yeah, because I have Japan everywhere. Why?
I don't have no clue.
Okay, looks like my favorite segment is not gonna happen. Sorry, guys. But you already know best trader on. Markets were closed on Friday. Here we go. So yes, okay, I will show you this then.
I guess Japan was open.
Japan was open, seems like.
Oh, we should have been trading.
I love these traders. They didn't even go just to rest. They were switched to trade Japan.
Nice.
I love to see that. So on the first place, we can see someone made $1,300. Second place, $600, and third, $500. And all the markets we're trading were only Japan. So I'm super excited for tomorrow to see what most profitable trader from DayTrade.World was on Monday today. And again, guys, European markets were closed on Friday and both today. So Europe is closed for the holiday. Are you watching trailer for Sneakerella?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm getting no. I have some few positions on the side. I'm just making sure I'm not getting absolutely in the wrong direction. Okay, looks like Twitter's popping up on my scanner. I think people are maybe back onto the Twitter grind. It's getting closer to power hour, so maybe some bigger people are positioning for the end of the day. Wow, we are just over $47, and high of the day is $47.50. So this would be an incredible move in Twitter. Earlier in the day was down to 44.36 is the low of the day. Wow, what a move on Twitter. So once again, I think Twitter has been showing this pattern quite a lot. Is there'll be news on the day, then whoever is in the position will dump it. It happened when Elon Musk said that he wanted to buy 100% stake. So it'll be this amazing short. Really angry I wasn't in it this morning because 46 was the level I was really looking to enter on a short, and just kind of got distracted and wasn't there for it. So unfortunately, but okay, well, let's refocus. Twitter is a kind of a sell the news stock as of late. That's the pattern I'm seeing. So next time there's some news on Twitter, I'm definitely going to look short again, and I'd recommend you guys to do as well if you can short stocks. But look, what a move from that bottom. I guess people, sell the news is a kind of a shorter term move, and the longer term trend today is buying Twitter. We're up almost 5% on the day. Let's see if we break day highs. Maybe we'll get involved in that trade there if the market's looking strong. And obviously that this type of trend to me looks like a lot of buyers are stepping up. So a long right now would be good.
Great Twitter analysis there, but also that guy who sent earlier animation for Tony, I'm not sure you saw that.
I didn't see it.
Luca was here.
Yeah.
For you, I have another one. It's also for Tony, but Luca haven't seen that one.
Okay.
So this called Tony on fire.
Tony Pepperoni on fire. Let's go. What a beautiful animation.
That's crazy.
That's a viewer sent that in.
Yes.
Wow, great job to whoever sent that
in. Thank you so much. So sweet of you. Tony's fan base is crazy.
I'm hungry for pizza and Tony right now.
Right. Me too. I'm not even sure for what more. But guys, again, Tony, Sean, Brandon will be here for the last 2 hours of trading. So make sure you don't go anywhere. And again, it's around 30 minutes left until the end of midday show. Please make sure you like this video. We really need your support, and 200 more likes to 1K. We still have above 2,000 people watching, so I would really appreciate if you smash the like button, team. And we can move back to the chat and see what you guys talking about and what you want us to review. Well, again, I can see that Indo in here. I will do one for Lucas Espresso. Lol.
Yeah, that's awesome. So it looks like KS Beat is the one sending in the animations, and he says he's gonna do a Lucas Espresso one. Oh, I can't wait to see that one.
And you should do the one where Tesla
runs
you over, runs Brandon over. Sorry, Brandon, you brought it up.
No, that look, Tesla has run me over many of times, so I think it would be appropriate. That's hilarious. All right, where are we? Anything moving? Twitter, yeah, I see Twitter on my scanners. It seems like the 5-minute volume on it is picking up. Ford is also picking up. Bank of America is picking up. I'm not sure why in the middle of the day people are trading that, but earnings. Okay, that makes sense. Wow, up 4%. Looks like it was good earnings. Probably taking everyone's money because that's what banks do.
Lol. It's reported a fall in first quarter profit as a slowdown in global deal making weighed on its investment banking businesses. But it's benefited from deal making boom last year after the Federal Reserve pumped liquidity into capital markets.
Okay. Looks like my stop didn't work for SoFi, so I have to manually punch out. I'm not sure why that happened, but we are now out of SoFi. So unfortunately, that wasn't a great trade today, but we stuck to our rules. And, I'm going to live and die by my rules and my setups and what's proven to have worked in the past. So Unfortunately, SoFi did not work today, but hey, that's trading.
That's for sure. Are you currently in any other trades?
Not right now. We're gonna see if I could get me in another trade, but as of right now, no current trades. Like we were talking about earlier, today seems to be kind of a slower day. I think everyone has a little Easter bunny hangover.
True.
Ford looks like it's doing well too today. I know that's a much loved stock on the show, up over 1% today. For newer traders, I think Ford is a great stock to start day trading on. It moves slow. The levels are thick. It's in really defined ranges most of the time. So something like a Ford, if you are new to day trading, I think is a great one to get into. It seems to stick to these good technical analysis levels. So whoever's out there kind of new to trading and is trying to find slower stocks to read the tape and do the technical analysis on and kind of figure out your buttons on your keyboard or your program in general, I think Ford is one to kind of get into. And look, volume 22 million. So a great way to start trading is Ford.
Brandon.
Facebook.
Yeah, let's check. Let's check Facebook now. And also, I really want to do a poll today.
Yeah.
So QQQ is now back to positive territory, 0.16%, but overall we're kind of flat. So just for interest, guys, I know that none of us has a crystal ball, but just for interest, I want to do a poll. Tesla broke 1,000 though to the upside.
Oh wow.
I want to do a poll if you think market will close positive, negative today. And do you think we should do like Nasdaq? We should do S&P 500 or just markets in general? Overall, all of them.
Just all of them. Why not?
Markets?
Yeah, positive
Three?
Yeah.
Like S&P, Nasdaq, and the Dow?
Yeah. Can we get all of them in the positives?
We can, yeah, let's do this.
Yeah.
Will US markets close positive or negative?
Yes,
today?
I like that.
Go.
I like that. I think that's good. But all three of them have to close positive, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So look like market's absolutely ripping right now. Wow. Sean said Facebook and the market ripped with him. You know, he's always a guy that likes to get into the long. So wow, Sean said something and the market rips. Something to look into. We should back test that. Wow, we're heading back to 4,400. Looks like Nasdaq is nearing into 14,000 as well. Wow, I do not know what just happened, but it looks like everyone woke up from their Easter hangover and started trading. Tesla over 1,000 now, looks to be holding that as well. Wow, what a crazy how things happen, right?
Yeah. I saw someone was saying that sometimes it's smarter to take your risk management in consideration and not trade on weird days. And I totally agree.
Yeah.
But I'm super glad I've been able to cover my loss. That's all I care about, literally. Did you already I'm not asking about how much was the loss or not, but did you went through some psychological stuff to kind of not feel better, but conquer your loss inside?
Yeah. So so the psychological issues, let's say, happen when you don't really have a system in place. Right? Because with trading, you got to understand that you're not always going to win. Yeah. And for a lot of people, that's hard because to understand that. It's you could do everything right and still be so wrong. And that happens more than I would like to admit. So if that's the case with trading, that means when you win, you're not going to win as much as you can. And when you lose, you might start losing more than you should. So there's never any amazing, perfect scenarios. So how do you deal with that? How you deal with that is put a system in place where you're constantly making sure and working on that system. So what system can you put in place? Risk management, share size, when to trade, how to what setups to trade, and then you keep kind of building this playbook And then as you're kind of going through your book, you'll realize, oh, has been working, this hasn't been working, and you kind of build this system. So when that system is there and you trust the system, right, you have faith in your system, and it's proven to be profitable, then the emotions are out of it. Then there's no more emotions anymore, because you know, if I do this, if I do A, then potentially B will happen, and if B happens and C will happen, then it's not about, then the emotions don't get involved. Because it's like then you're kind of like a robot, because you know things just start happening and you kind of live with the punches, and you've seen it before, so you're not panicking. So the more systems and rules you have in place, the less emotional you'll be, and that'll help with your psychology in the long term.
Yes, it absolutely sounds good when you're prepared, and you know what you do, kind of. No emotions.
Yeah, no emotions.
And if you have your stop losses.
Yeah, exactly. Like, have your rules, have your stops, and this is a thing I tell new traders all the time, is when you're getting into a trade, you should already know right away, this is my entry and this is my potential exit on the downside. If you get in the trade and you're like, oh, my stop should be there, maybe it should be there, I would say that's already like a bad habit. So know, as soon as you press buy, you know where your stop is going to be. And if you don't have that, you should never be buying or selling stocks.
I absolutely agree with that. This like played so many bad things with me. Like if I just had my stop loss, I would minimize my losses so much more. And then I'm just like, okay, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, and then it just shut down. That's it. And you're like, okay.
Yeah. And that's the thing about being prepared and finding that good levels. If you have a good level, if you found that good level in the morning or wherever, then when it gets to a level where you don't want to be a part of it anymore, you should already be out, right? Then there's not a guessing game of,
we're not guessing in here, right?
Exactly.
We just should like know our levels.
Yes.
And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But
Yeah.
like, you just should stick to your plan.
Yeah.
Because it's not a game.
It's not a game. It's so trading could be the best job in the world, but also the worst. So you got to be very disciplined with how you approach the game or the job.
Thank you, Brandon. Great words of wisdom. Thank you for sharing that and actually created the poll, guys. How do you think U.S. markets will end this day, positive or negative? I personally glad to see that 62%, majority of people say that they see positive. I personally voted for positive, and QQQ 0.33% right now, and it's even more exciting to find out because a lot of volatility, markets are pretty much flat, there is no one concrete direction, so it's super excited to see for me personally how we will end this trading day, positive or negative. And again, guys, please support Brandon, support Luca, support me, smash the like button. We really don't want to be the first day, like I don't want to be the first day we don't get 1K likes, because like it's mean here. It would mean for me like you guys don't give like to me on purpose. I would really not want to see that, so please help us all. Like this video if you haven't yet, and we need just like 150 more likes to 1K, but I would really appreciate Trading Family.
Come on, guys, smash the like button. You don't want Miss V to go home and be sad that she didn't get 1,000. And I see there's around 2,000 people watching, so we got at least half of you that could still smash that like button.
That's right. There is a name. I think we already talked about AMC, but I'm not sure if we touched on GME and other.
We can look at GME.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at it today. So yeah, these names are. I would say AMC and GME. They could be sleeping for a while, and then when they do get back and moving, it's always a fun day. You're in for a good trading session when in the morning people are talking about AMC and GME. So yeah, it looks like unfortunately GME is down close to 6% today, but it looks like a huge buyer came in and pushed it all the way up to VWAP with the market. So it looks like GME is trading pretty close with the market today. If market keeps ripping, if we get that into that positive territory, maybe GME could end up a little higher than it is right now. But in terms of a trade, I personally don't see anything. And if I were, maybe kind of short back down to day low, but we don't want that right now. And then we could go AMC, probably has a very similar chart. Yeah, wow, like almost side by side, very similar charts. Obviously, shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. These stocks tend to trade in unison. I personally, when we trade, I do much better on AMC than GME. I don't know about you guys. I just think there's a lot a lot easier to trade. I think GME, obviously, you can see here has quite a bit of a spread. Like if you see the best bid right now is 32 and the best offer is 45, and whereas AMC has usually a penny of a spread. So in terms of a day trader, I prefer smaller spreads, and that's why I would trade AMC usually over GME. Yeah, market right now just hovering below that 4,400 level. If we could get over that and hold, we should be looking to rally into the end of the day. But that's a really big level. Looks like day highs around 4404, 4405. So if we could break through that, hopefully we'll have a good rally into the end of the day. Yeah, Tesla hovering around 1,000. DD, okay, let's go DD. So yeah, DD probably down on the day with down 18%, not looking good. I'm pretty sure there was news about delisting. I personally thought that a lot of that was baked into the market already, but it looks not. All these Chinese names are gonna probably keep getting keep going lower and lower. So I would say if you are investing in Chinese names and it's called a bag holder. I'm bag holding Baba. People are bag holding Didi. We're just in for a ride right now. Hopefully, all this delisting news goes away and these companies stand a chance in American markets.
Right, every page is really want to know, Brendan, how many push-ups can you do?
At once, like in one set? I don't know, maybe like 30, 40.
30, 40?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not, I've been working out recently.
I'm saying 0. on my
Zero?
side. So, yeah, like push-ups is my weak, like arms, hands.
No,
my
come on,
weak
you could
things.
do a few push-ups.
I'm swear, no, and like real ones, when like your toes like this,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
No, not on your knees. No, I can't.
We gotta work on that, Miss V.
Right.
We gotta work on that. We need some upper body strength.
That's
You're
true.
trader. You gotta use your hands, use your arms.
Yeah, I have strong fingers,
Strong
but
fingers.
the rest, like that's why I always hold like this,
Well, Arun's a strong guy. Maybe he needs to give us like a workout in the office.
Yeah, tutorial.
Yeah. I can do 110. Wow, geez, Richard, good for you. Yes, I'm definitely no Miss V. That is true. VERU looking like it's going back to 13. So what VERU has showed, segue, what VERU has showed is usually it consolidates around a key even dollar level and tends to bounce off it. So maybe I'll hop into a long in VERU soon. Obviously, minus 12% on the day. I'm not too interested, but we'll see. That tends to be a good trade in VERU. Maybe we'll get to it when it comes down a bit to that 1280, 1290 level. Definitely keeping an eye on it, though.
Okay, we're talking about push-ups in here.
Still on push-ups?
Yeah, it's all good. Yesterday 3. Oh my God, good I didn't finish that message.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, I felt sorry for you, Sven.
Yeah, hopefully you're feeling
My
better.
dog actually did the same on me while we were driving him to the lake for a walk. So he kind of did
He
the
doesn't
same.
like the car?
Yeah.
Yeah, dogs.
Do you have dog?
I don't have a dog. I have it's called a part-time dog. My sister, when they go away for the weekend, I'll take the dog.
Yeah.
It's a big dog, but no dog right now.
I see.
Yeah.
But the part-time dog, I think it's like the best.
It is the
Needle.
best, yeah.
You kind of pat him at the same time, less responsibilities.
Yeah, so usually the dog stays for the weekend.
Yeah.
So obviously feed it, walk it, have fun, and then kind of when you get tired of dealing with a dog,
Yeah.
you just ship it back.
Right.
So it's nice, yeah.
I see, cool. No, I have a small dog.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's super cute. And talking about arms, I was walking him the other day. He became tired. I put him on my arm in here. I couldn't feel my arm after we come back home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to do that with my sister's dog once. He's big. I think it's like a Bernedoodle. So it's close to a
I see.
100-pound dog.
Wow.
And we're on the way home. I think it was just a little too cold. It was a little too long on the walk. It was this past winter. He just sits down. And I he's a big dog. I'm like, okay, Archie, I can't really drag you. We
Yeah.
have to go. And then he's just sitting there looking at me, with that dog
Aw.
face. So I had to pick him up and walk him for 5 minutes like this.
Crazy, okay.
Yeah, so at least you have a small dog.
Yeah, I'm not gonna compare it anymore.
Okay. Any stocks, guys? I know we could talk about. We should be talking about trading. GME. Back to GME. All right. Yeah, it looks like GME and AMC, they kind of slowed down after that buyer, and the market kind of start chopping around that 4,400 level. So hopefully we get a move kind of higher up for that kind of second push, but it doesn't look like it right now. See, this is a great example right now with GME. Is like if you get in a trade with GME and that spread opens up, this stock's going to start moving. So let's say you're in a long, like you just lost whatever 50 cents, and that's mostly because of the spread. Right, whereas like as you can see to the right here, AMC, it's moving similarly, but you're not going to get these exaggerated moves just because of lack of liquidity. That's why I prefer an AMC over in GME. I think that's a great example of why. Maybe these stocks will push up, but stops are probably getting taken out here because these are kind of big moves in the stock.
David Kyle says market went green. Indeed, markets are back to the green territory. Few people talk about MULN, and I wonder if anything popped up on that name because I believe it was we were down like much more on MULN earlier, like I believe around like 15%. I don't remember exactly. We touched VWAP up with MULN. Now I'm trying again, so let's see if MULN will be able to break that VWAP and go higher. Hopefully it will for everyone, anyone who is an MULN. I mean, if you're not short, of course.
So, Ms. V, someone mentioned AMD high of day. Yeah, so that's a good sign for the market if these high beta stocks start moving into their high of days and start pushing. Yeah, look, I just looked to my right. Looks like we just broke 4,400. I'm moving closer to that 4,405 level. So if we could kind of get past that, we have a lot of room to run for the rest of the day.
Yeah, great job for AMD. Another one in here, MDVL. I don't remember exactly what MDVL is. Madvale Holdings, recent runner. So here on MDVL, Stonk Tard asked to bring this up. So it's telehealth enabled pharmacy technology company. We have 60 million volume on that name and up 6.76%. But again, we're now at lows. At some point, stock was trading at $3.32. So let's see if more volume comes and we'll be able to get back to that levels. But let me see if we have. It's 21 million free flow, which is not that lot. MDVL. We will see if there are any news on that one today. We're just following the recent move. No, actually, I didn't see any news. So. And the move is not that big though. We're now just like kind of moving to the sideways on the MDVL. Any other names, Brandon, you saw?
Yes,
interesting
I
in
actually
chat?
just got into a position.
Oh, wow. Tell us.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so just got into VERU around 13, playing kind of that pattern I was talking about. It's consolidating around this 13 to 1280 level, kind of day lows, and market seems to be pushing up to the upside. So I got in 13. I'm out kind of day low around that 1280, hopefully giving it enough space to breathe back up to at least VWAP, if not high of day. But yeah, VERU kind of down 13% on the day. I'm not expecting too much. But since this is a pattern that I've seen before that has worked, I'm willing to, put my money on the line and put my mouth where whatever wallet is, something like that. There's a saying somewhere in there. I just messed it up.
So you went long, right? As you can see.
Yeah. So I'm long VERU right now around 13. My out is around 1280-ish, low of day.
Cool.
And if the market's gonna rip, I think VERU has a chance to rip with it.
I like the idea. I also think so that it has much more chances to rip rather than to go lower on that strong level. And Godfrey Kiru asking me, Miss V, what about Tesla? Guys, Tesla, think again about this level. Why I wanted to get out in this 993, because we have pretty much strong level in here on Tesla. We bounced back to the upside out of this 985, and now very super extremely close to day highs. Day highs on Tesla are 1009, and we're now 1005. So I believe we're going there. Let's take a look at the higher time frame. I believe we have something at 1009 on Tesla. So we are here right now, and 1009, there is actually resistance level which we would need to break in order to go all the way to 1020s or even 1030s. So I would say that 1009, 10 or 10, 1010, 1010 level.
1010, there we go.
Yes. What? Yeah, level is the one I will be looking for on Tesla.
Yeah, like that AMD looks like it just broke day's high. I think the day high previously was 94.77, so we're hovering around that too. So let's keep pushing this market up. Hopefully Tony will get back on the show soon.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, Tony rallies the market, if you guys didn't know. So as soon as he gets on, watch the market rally.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Robert says, hell yeah, AMD broke up. I'm in the money. Good job. I think that's a good trade. High day trades are always a little, they can be very good or very bad real quick. So if a higher day breaks and it keeps pushing, that's always good. So good job to Robert.
What about QQQ? I mean, I'm not sure. Did you ever try to trade futures so far or not yet?
Today or just in
general?
general? Yeah, no, I've definitely dabbled in futures. I think, I think it's the thing with futures. You could break through all the noise and kind of that single stock trading. I think if you find good levels, you're really good at your technical analysis, and you give your trades a lot of room to run, but you're disciplined in how you do that. Futures, there's a lot of good trades to be had in futures. So as of right now, we're looking to rip through day's highs around 44.05. So yeah, that could be a good long right now. Just broke 44.05. We'll see if it keeps running. Tesla too, looking back to get to that 1010 level that Miss V was talking about. Unfortunately, VERU not looking too hot right now. Not too surprised, it's down 13% on the day, but let's see if we could get some buyers to step up with the market. AMD still hovering around that 94.77 level. We want to see everything moving. We want to see everything going up. All these high beta names you want to see moving if the market's truly going to rally right now. And then it looks like, yeah, unfortunately the NASDAQ is still under 14,000. So that's kind of the big level on the day. If we break through 14,000 here, I could kind of maybe bring this down a bit. Oh, here we go. Slowly but surely. No. Sorry, guys, having a little trouble with my charts. Here we go. Okay. Oh, so this is a 5-minute chart of the NASDAQ. Obviously, earlier today, that was a huge level around 14,000. So if we want the market to keep rallying, we're going to have to hit 14,000 and break through it and keep going. If not, we're going to hit it and go back. And if it hits 14,000 and reverses, I think there's a possibility for us to go all the way back down. So hopefully it hits 14,000 soon. Hopefully we break that strong.
Hopefully that's true. And I just want to see what's VERU doing meanwhile also. Yeah, your stop loss is below than 12.87, right?
Yeah,
Like,
so the low of the day is 12.82. So right now I'm in VERU around $13. If we go back to the low of day when market's rallying, I definitely do not want to be in this trade anymore. So we're gonna hopefully hover, and as the market rallies, hopefully VERU will rally with it. Like I said before, that kind of pattern with VERU is pretty consistent. It'll have like this key dollar low of day, and if it's gonna pop, it'll pop to VWAP, if not back to high of day. I've seen that a few times since watching this stock, and I'm hoping today's the day. But if not, we have our rules in place, we have our discipline, and if we break that day low, I'm out. I'm not gonna hold, I'm not gonna hope. I know that this is the setup, this is the trade, these are the rules, and we're gonna live or die by them.
And guys, around 2 minutes left until you will be transferred to everybody's favorite, Tony Pepperoni.
Tony Pepperoni, here we go.
Yes, I know guys, you're super excited. And again, 20 more likes to 1K. Come on, there are those 20 people who gonna save Miss V, Brandon, and Luca show.
Come on,
And
guys.
Justin,
We're so
right?
close. We're so
close.
close.
And
Do I have to start speaking Russian? Then we'll get some more likes.
Yeah, we're banned on YouTube.
Как дела?
Хорошо, как твои дела?
Хорошо, я трейдинг сегодня и are we what time is it?
Теряю деньги.
Теряю деньги. Очень много денег теряю сегодня.
Alright, wow. It's actually so much fun. We should do it more often.
Yeah.
And wow, we actually got 1K likes.
Let's go.
High five.
Boom.
We can say like спасибо in Russian.
Yeah.
And look, I have this animation for you. There was no reason like to hit that one. It's kind of matryoshka doll.
That's awesome.
And it's me inside, and it just we ask production team to put my face in there.
That's
but
awesome.
something worked
That's
wrong.
a good one.
Doesn't look like supposed to, but anyway, super fun. 1 minute left. Guys, thank you so much for trading with us. Still 2 hours left until the end of this trading day. More opportunities, more volume, more stocks, and more Tony. For you. So yes, enjoy the rest of your day. And I believe in a few seconds we will throw into Brandon and another Brandon.
Yeah.
Do you want to say any last words also for today?
Yeah, thanks for tuning in today. Thanks for, obviously Luca and I are new to this, and we really appreciate all the nice comments that everyone's making. It's really nice, and hopefully we showed you guys some good trades. We talked a bit about our knowledge in the markets, and hopefully helping you guys progress as traders.
Right, beautiful words. And on this, we will say пока-пока.
Пока-пока, до свидания.
До свидания.
Welcome to the close. Couple hours left in a pretty exciting day as we get back into positive territory as we head towards the final 2 hours of the session. Nicely positive, in fact, for all three U.S. markets. Here's a look at how we stand right now. 0.36 for the S&P there, 0.25% for the Dow. The NASDAQ up 0.5%. So it is tech that's leading here this afternoon.